Aloha, Internet. Yes, it is I, your host, Michael. And as you can see, we only have one other person to introduce because I was lazy and we didn't have the budget for a longer intro. Definitely, that's exactly why there's fewer people online. It is just co-host Jalen,
Hello, everybody.
and
Everybody doing today?
I guess we're just gonna be doing stuff and things and stuff. Don't worry about it.
Mixes and minglers. So I'd like to start with a controversial topic first, Michael.
Uh,
Coca-Cola or Pepsi?
I mean, I don't really like drink either, so no vote.
No, you know what? Well, that's the most controversial topic that I had in my head. So I guess we're done
Show's over. Pack it up. We're leaving. Go.
now.
Bye.
Well, show's over. He didn't have an answer. Show's over. Gotta go, guys.
I mean, once I was given a Pepsi, and then I tried it, and I was just like, this could be better. God damn it, son of a bitch. Fuck, the stream's bitched. Fuck, damn it. I like how earlier today we were just kind of, the music addict says fucking cola. But, like, isn't that just both of them? Aren't they both cola? Or is, like, I don't know.
Pepsi-Cola?
Let's see, I believe this is Tangent Talk number 9.
Is it 9?
I want to say it's 9, I'm gonna check. I hope I didn't accidentally just rename a different Tangent Talk the wrong number, because if I did, I'm going to be severely disappointed in myself. But it wouldn't be the first time, nor will it be the last. Nope, I named it. Nope, I lied. It's number 7, I believe. Yeah, it's Tangent Talk number 7. Damn it! A Todoroki did it again. Wrong numbers. 7. Yes. There. Save, you son of a bitch. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, like, between Doctor Stone, which I highly suggest everyone who hasn't checked it out should check it out, along with Fire Force, and the one arc of like One Piece, I feel like I'm more excited to see the rest of Doctor Stone. Like, if I could just instantly get the rest of the series out, like instantaneously, or instantaneously dub the rest of the series, I'd probably do it for Doctor Stone. But that Fire Force intro is fire. But
I still have yet to watch Doctor Stone.
uh, I like it a lot.
I'm waiting for 2 episodes, and then I can just watch both and be like, "Oh, okay, I like this a lot. Please more."
I mean, I'm gonna be start off by saying something that lacks context and is very sus, but they start off the first episode spending an entire year trying to make alcohol. And yes, they are high schoolers or middle schoolers, somewhere in the middle of school, but like not middle school, but like the middle of school. Yes, I am indeed very gifted with the linguistic languages. And no, that
The
was not
linguistic languages of a country that has been around for the past 200 to 300 years.
because I am in fact yes not redundant. Fajite me. But yeah, One Arc is going to be very exciting because the minute that you are a samurai and you're carrying a sword and you challenge Zoro is the minute you die. And I want to say
Or
that,
the
like,
minute you become a disciple.
yeah, but in my heart, my soul, I'm hoping that, like, he didn't actually kill all those police officers, but they were, like, shallow cuts to like, put them out of commission. Because I didn't feel like that was enough blood to kill them, especially considering this is an anime. But it might have been enough to
No,
fucking
no,
kill
no.
them.
This is an anime. This is an anime for children. One Piece is still technically a kids show, which
Except
means
if you're
yeah,
watching it and you're a kid, you're probably not a kid anymore. But that's what happens when you
Considering
just
that the
hit your
anime is about to become 20 years old this year.
yeah. That's what happens when you hit your 20th anniversary.
You're like, oh, I was 10 years old when I started watching it, and now I'm 30. Jesus.
The fuck? Well, smoke alarms
I feel like
brought to you by.
I hate it.
It sounded like a smoke alarm. So smoke alarms brought to you by carbon dioxide in access. Not breathing, but like fire stuff. Speaking of fire stuff, yeah, Fire Force.
Fire Force.
You want to explain Fire Force? I'll explain Dr. Stone.
Oh, okay. You know what? You explain Dr. Stone. I'm gonna go explain Fire Force. So I'll go after you.
Oh, okay. So Dr. Stone starts off by like essentially a random wave of energy or some shit ends up petrifying the entire world. So if you don't know what petrifying means, it just means you're covered in stone. So everyone's turned to stone, but they're not like made into stone. It's more like they're coated in stone, and that like freezes everyone in time. So like 3,700 years later, our two main characters wake up, months apart from each other. Like the main character of the show, and as far as the person it follows, seems to be the like straight-laced, straight arrow, honest boy. I can't remember his name because I'm not good with names. I barely remember my own birthday. But yes, he is the main character, and he is not very bright, but he is honest and swole. So the guy that was introduced for like maybe a minute before everyone got petrified is seen as a genius, but he's kind of an asshole because he calls the dude a big oof. Oof, 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 oof. I'm too deep into the meme culture.
Oof. You called him an oaf.
Calls him a big oaf. These two seem to be the only people who haven't been petrified, or at least they've been unpetrified. So now they're trying to rebuild all of society, and they're working on a way to unpetrify the rest of people because the girl that straight-laced man was about to confess to right before he got petrified is still not broken to pieces. Because one of the problems is even if you're petrified, it doesn't mean that in 3,700 years that the nature didn't just fuck you. Because there's a girl who gets shattered. She's not important. You don't know who she is. You just see her in pieces. So literally rest in pieces. Now for Spicy Force. Wait, no, it's Fire Force, aka the Spicy Squad. Boom. Branding.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. Okay. I gotta look back because Michael and I were talking through our DMs, and I remember I explained it a little accurately. So, in case any of you anime fans out there who genuinely enjoy this,
if you're watching this, you probably are, and if you're not, congratulations for being part of the minority.
So, Fire Force is a brand new anime. Well, I would say brand new. Its manga has been out for a bit. But it is brought to you by the same creator who made Soul Eater. For any of you who remember Soul Eater, shout out to my OGs.
That or people who recognize it as its spot in anime history is possibly one of the most fire-starting first openings of all time because that resonance was
absolute straight fire. Now, the mangaka of Fire Force, Atsushi Okubo, is the guy who made Sword Art Online. He did not really have that much of an input in Soul Eater or not, which, by the way, if you're more into just the magical genre and you're not really into big fighting, big F-off monsters, and you're more into like relationships-wise, Soul Eater not is for you. If you're into fighting big F-off monsters and a dude who has a chainsaw for a foot, then you're into Soul Eater.
And by foot, we mean for an entire body.
Yes, that's the thing later. But the whole premise of this is there is this kid who is a third generation pyromancer, or has third generation pyrokinesis, in a world where people spontaneously
Which
combust,
means you just suddenly, without warning, explode in a
catch on
fire.
fire, and your soul is now considered an infernal and will cause massive flame outbreak, and because fire still hurts people. So instead of having a firefighting squad, we have a fire squad that can use fire to fight fire. And the way it's set up, the way they fight is very much reminiscent of Blue Exorcist, where you have a priest in the back chanting out the holy verses while you have everyone else cover the priest. A knight that goes forth and attacks, a ranger who has enough range guard to make sure that the enemy doesn't get to attack the close range combatants. And then you've got the main character who, just like in Blue Exorcist, is considered as a Satan spawn or the devil himself.
He's more like
Mainly
the
because
finisher, because the way to like kill an infernal is explode what used to be their heart. So they got a bunch of tools, if they're not pyromancers, to blow up the heart, or you're just intended to attack that certain area. So like, if you thought like Driver Knight, I think that was his name, from
mm-hmm.
One Punch Man, the guy who used the like pile driver, construction equipment to become a hero, you'll like the chief of special fire force or fire company 8, because like a level 1 I believe is we don't know anything about. Level 2 is you could just control it. So being able to control fire when you're trying to fight someone with fire means you could like not catch on fire, which is useful. A level 3 actually uses it to attack.
A third generation, yeah, like third generation, you are essentially Natsu. Second generation, you are a pyromancer in an aspect where you can make sure it doesn't hit anything else that's important. You contain the flames.
So,
I think first generation is just like you can see, sense, and touch infernals without it killing you.
So, like, in every anime movie ever where there's a fire and they're like, oh no, not the gas truck. If you're a level 2, you could probably stop that. And be like, no, stop. No touch. No touch the truck!
Now, one of my favorite things about this is, mother trucking, the fact that you can be a third generation, but you can use anything. But our main protagonist, for the life of me, decides to use his feet like another person we know. For all my One Piece fans out there, you know who we're talking about.
Sanji!
The Diablo.
I'm sorry, I gotta steal your thunder. I gotta eat
How do you
it.
gotta steal my stuff?
It's revenge for the time you stole my job.
What do you mean the time I stole your job?
When you did the intro,
I'm
not
sorry.
me.
I'm sorry you don't have a lot of job security.
It's not okay. We're even now. We're gonna go back to talking about Spicy Foot McGee uses kicks like fucking Deku.
Yes, Shinra Kusakabe.
Also, look at you being all fancy and actually knowing the fucking names.
Yes, because I love him to death. His smile, he has the fang smile from Soul Eater. It's so cool.
He's a toothy
Like,
boy.
he's an impy boy. He has the nice, like, his color scheme just works for me. The fact that Shinra's one major quirk that every major anime character has a quirk. His is whenever he gets into very tense or nervous situations, he starts smiling uncontrollably. And it's always this big, wide smile. So it makes it really hard for him to be in social situations like, oh my gosh, my mom and my brother died. I can't help but smile because the world likes to screw with me. Just that's his quirk, so it's hard for him to like show genuine emotion or genuine smiling. And just like another main protagonist, he wants to be a hero. 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 He wants
Did I just hear
Not
Odd
super great.
Future by Uberworld rev up in the background? No, I didn't because we don't want to get copy striked. But
Dreaming of shooting Deku in the head, cause his stupid face gets me irritated. Bakugo forever.
do you imagine what kind of bomb ass high fives Bakugo gives? Like, mm.
It has to only be to Kirishima. Kirishima's the only person who could take it.
Or the dude with the world's most redundant name, Tetsu Tetsu, Tetsu Tetsu.
Bruh, okay.
But
Anyone who has not seen Rustage, go check out his channel. It's great. Um, he did he did a rap with a different YouTube rapper. They were rapping of Hiroshima and Tetsu Tetsu, and some of the raps for Tetsu Tetsu were really great because yeah, I've got steel, but don't call me Gajeel. If you could beat me, that was a fairy tale, not real. Black Sabbath, I got all the metal, but I'm a hothead, so I better calm my kettle. And I'm like, ooh, ooh.
I mean that, and also someone asks you what your name is, you just say Tetsu.
Call me Tetsu, 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 Twetsu. Say it twice, or I'm gonna have to wreck you, wreck you. I'm about to step to anyone that is past me. I don't even care that I'm coming out of class B. I'm like, ooh, okay. Like, you may be like Tetsu Tetsu, even though I already like Hiroshima. Like, but at the same time, if I like Hiroshima, I'm already gonna like Tetsu Tetsu because they're the same person and they're friends. And I low key am pretty sure that they have the same birthday.
That's ironic.
Is it really? Or is it just to prove the point that Hiroshima has the best friend that's not Bakugo?
Well, I guess he will never have to worry about not being understood.
Speaking of Bakugo and My Hero, so 10, 12, 19, keep it the date in your heads, because that's when season 4 is going to drop. And honestly, reading in the manga, season 4 is going to be a very entertaining one. It's going to have Twice and Overhaul, but I won't spoil anything. Also, back to it, Shinra Kusakabe. This boy is. People used to make fun of Black Clover because it's so many shonen cliches thrown at it that it almost makes people hate it. Now, I love Fire Force, I really do, and I love Black Clover. But allow me to just beat this thing that I just grew to love the same way everybody was beating up Black Clover. Because I feel like it's not fair how Black Clover got to come into its own and it had to overcome the entire anime community. But everybody else is like, no, it's fine. Fire Force is like Soul Eater, and Soul Eater was great. But Soul Eater not was. But one thing though, Fire Force is doing greater because it has such high expectations to go after. You have to try and catch up to the juggernaut that was Soul Eater. You have to try to overcome the great disappointment that was Soul Eater not. And you have to somewhere find your own footing so you don't feel like a copy of either of them, but you're still your own creature. Which I feel is really hard when you already have two versions of one series, and now you have to come up with a completely different series and hope people still love it. Which it will happen.
Also,
I heard the dub. I'm mad I wasn't the dub.
I mean that, and also the version exclusive Pokemons are now in for Sword and Shield. So Dino and the dragon, who's got hearts on its head, and its whole thing is its scales look like hearts, and I don't remember that one's name. Those will be exclusive to Sword. If you want to play Larvitar and get a Tyranitar, or the Gloom Glop Pokemon from Sun and Moon, then you're gonna want to pick up Shield. To be honest,
The Gloom What?
Like Gloom, the little thing that looks like a puddle with eyes and it's purple, white, and green.
Grimer?
Yeah, that one. I think maybe I don't know.
Grimer and Muck.
No. It's. Hmm. Let me just get the
Posted in stream.
yeah the tweet. But to be honest, since I never played like Sword and Shield, I honestly don't give a damn about either of them. To me,
No
this
one
is gonna
plays
be
Sword
a.
and Shield.
I mean, not Sword and Shield, damn it. Sun and Moon, son of a bit. It's
Yeah,
gonna
but
be a
they-
Dino versus. It's just gonna be a Dino versus Larvitar on which one I pick up. But if
Okay.
anyone actually followed my siege, they'd know I'm a Shield hero, so I'm gonna probably go with Shield.
Isn't Shield Larvitar or is it Dino?
Larvitar.
Okay. So the funny thing is both of those are pseudo legendaries, which I find funny because the Larvitar and Tyranitar, it's Larvitar, Pupitar, and Tyranitar. If you get something like a like the Poliwhirl, like the Poliwag, Poliwhirl, Poly Wrath line, you're gonna F up Tyranitar because water beats both rock and ground, which Larvitar and Pupitar are. And then fighting is 4 times super effective on a rock dark type that is Tyranitar. Plus, Hydreigon is essentially only weak to Fairy, but it's still a 4 times weakness.
I put the tweet in stream. So yeah, choose carefully, very carefully. Also, Iron versus Iron. Yeah,
Me.
that's what Tetsu Tetsu is. I didn't play the game. I don't know what the hell his name is.
I got it. Gumi, Sliggoo, and Goodra. Dang it! Goodra's so good though. It's so much better than Como-O, but Como-O looks funnier. I will trade you.
Decisions, but if I were a surgeon, it'd be incisions. Fucking jokes. Also,
But
because in order to do our obligatory reference to the D&D community, we may or may not, probably may, we'll do a essentially one-shot excerpt during this stream of a character from D&D. My character from D&D, who I decided that I wanted to know what Chaos Incarnate would look like, and turns out I made it. In the one day it took to create the half-demon tiefling known as Tim, yes, she is a girl, I instantly created a character who is apparently more popular than I have ever been. And it was interesting. And
because the character is essentially just Michael, but slightly more chaotic.
it's if they took everything that was me and then went, how can I use this to fuck shit up? And I went, huh. I've created this character, and I don't know if it's beautiful or what, but the entire D&D community that I play with seems to like it. So this one technically is and isn't for you guys. And part of the story for that is that we were going to a fancy. Well, we're staying in a bunch of hotels. There's a fancy hotel, a shitty hotel, and a meh hotel. Everyone's supposed to stay in the meh hotel, but I asked what specifically was stopping me from simply doing a hostile takeover of the garage of the nice hotel. And it was like nothing except the manager. And I was like, you think I can't take a freaking manager? I freaking tamed this goddamn chimera, which is why I want this garage. This giant fire-breathing flying chimera is now my pet.
With 3 heads.
With 3 heads, not 2, not 4, not 5. And you think I can't take a building manager? You think I can't intimidate one enough? Also, intimidate into letting him let me stay in the garage for like 3 weeks? I got this. So then an entire argument as to whether or not I could or I couldn't broke out, and we were like, well, I feel like this would be pretty funny. Let's see if the Tangent Talk community would like to see this.
So us, the cast, would like to see you, the viewers, and what you would like to do.
And something that makes this stream better than it was, if you look at the differences between, I don't know, Tangent Talks 1 and Tangent Talks 8, well, like 6, is the amount of viewership, like, participation really matters. We had a riot in the first stream, and look how well that turned out. Now we can't even get people to vote. Normally people on the opinion can't stop spewing their opinions. And you're like, please, stop spewing your opinion. I don't give a shit. And they're like, well, guess what? You know, what? My opinion is that pineapple doesn't belong on pizza, but pizza belongs on butter. And you're like, wait, you're telling me you're taking an entire brick of butter and putting oven-based marinara sauce bread on top of it? And they're like, yes. Not putting the butter on the pizza, you're putting pizza on the butter. And they're like, yes. Are you out of your goddamn mind? And they go, absolutely, this is the internet. And then we just stop talking to them and block them, because if you're putting an entire pizza and you're making a block of butter big enough to fit an entire pizza, you're an absolute madman. And I probably shouldn't be talking to you, because you've undoubtedly probably committed some felonies I don't want to be able to be held responsible for.
Yeah, if anyone commits any felonies, it's not like we were a part of it.
Well, yeah, but they might ask me to, like, testify because they told me about their felonies if we keep talking. Also,
I promise that none of that will happen.
Probably. That, and also at the most recent RTX event, we saw the trailer for Season 6 of RWBY. So that should be interesting.
They replaced my boy Vic.
Yep. Because if you ever wondered why rumors are a bad thing, and something that can be essentially that's a theory that cannot really be confirmed nor denied, can be, just take Vic Manigla. I didn't say his last name, and I know the pain of having a butchered last name. That guy! Yeah, so there were sexual assault charges, so he got fired. So what used to be the voice of Crow Bronwyn is no longer the same voice. And it wasn't because they necessarily believed these accusations, it's just in a professional sense, they kind of had to, like, even if they weren't true, when you have sexual assault allegations against you, you don't just keep living your life. You kind of gotta make some changes in something or another. So he was no longer capable of working at Rooster Teeth, but it wasn't like a salty breakup. It was more like, we just can't work with you anymore.
Look, we physically can't do this because you understand that if we did this, we're screwing not just you over, but we're screwing everyone over.
Yep. So he just apologized and said, I'm a very friendly person, and I sometimes get huggy, touchy-feely because that's how I was raised. If you have trouble, you should probably say something. Also, to be honest, if you feel like you're being sexually assaulted because someone who you don't want to hug you is hug you, don't just sit there and let them hug you. Like, say something.
Yeah, stop them. 1, 2, this whole debacle actually started because some fan didn't want Vic, like, because they wanted Vic to sign their yaoi art, but Vic said no because he's not into that. Like, I'm not into that. I don't like the fetishization of gay people.
I mean, that, and also if you're creating a character, you kind of have the right to approve or disapprove of art as it goes, because it's a character you brought to life, because that's what voice acting is. But we're going to stop talking about sexual assault, because out of all the things you could talk about, sexual assault's not, like, the best thing to talk about.
Also, we're kind of young, and we haven't fully experienced that. I don't know. Michael, have you fully experienced that? Have you experienced sexual assault?
A funny story that we're not going to tell, because hell no. We're not going to go there. Favorite flavor of jelly bean?
Red.
Okay, I'm doing a poll. So, oh, okay,
Oh.
I don't know how to feel about this. Someone just said funny question mark and then left in the chat. I feel bad. I want to do a poll. Do you call things by their actual flavor name or by the color? If someone asks you if you want Gatorade, do you say you want blue, red, or yellow? Or do you actually say like lemon, lime, fruit punch, and like glacier cool or something? Because you're
If it's
absolute.
Kool-Aid. See, this is why we should have had Chris Barber. Because you know what? Because I would have made fun of him. Because Mr. Milano, an Italian male, is more quote unquote black than Chris Barber. Because he's like, oh, what's your favorite flavor of Kool-Aid? He's like, grape. This lets me know that you're an Oreo. No one says grape. They either say red or purple. There's nothing different. The fact that you're saying grape proves that you're not black. I was like,
Actually,
I'm just kidding.
Dave Chappelle did a bit on it. Because he was like, yeah, the thing is, in the 1900s when Kool-Aid was, like 1990s when Kool-Aid was becoming a thing, it was like, you didn't want grape flavored drink, you wanted the purple drink. It wasn't grape. It was grape flavored maybe, but it was a purple drink. It wasn't like grape juice. Yeah, it wasn't grape juice, it was a grape drink. You know, no, like, if you went over to someone's house and it was like, I got this, like, grape juice, or this, like, grape drink, they'd be like, I want the grape drink. It's kind of funny. I don't know. But then again, I feel like that's kind of the definition of Dave Chappelle's whole gig, since his whole thing is dancing around controversy.
Yeah.
Something that we will not attempt to do because we are not professional comedians. Or Dave Chappelle.
You will attempt to do. I will attempt to do once I've gotten strong.
When I come back from my training montage and Eye of the Tiger montage, then we will see.
He's got the eye of, and I'm just doing like handstand pinky push-ups.
While telling stand up to a bunch of, like, people. I almost wanted to say homeless people, but then I realized that didn't make any sense. Like,
It really doesn't.
not because I feel like homeless people, like, I'm not using that as a punchline, but I'm just saying, like, it doesn't make any sense, like, contextually.
For any homeless people who are out there,
If you're watching this,
I promise you,
if you haven't,
your Cheerio box is probably the nicest place in the world. I'm so sorry.
wow,
And if you're not into Cheerios, then I'm sorry that you have to live in an Amazon box. Amazon low-key is evil. But you know what? They're not as bad as
Apple.
freaking Walmart. You know what? Both of those are bad.
I mean, to be honest, we're really having a hard time not staying away from, like, depressing topics like poverty and class division and homeless people and sexual assault allegations.
Let's get back to talking about Japanese cartoons that are normally meant for 13-year-old boys, but we're older than that.
Hey, but when you have an opening as Fire Force, you don't give a shit. When does not simply stop?
Yeah, Fire Force's opening is pretty goddamn spectacular.
And I don't really hate or dislike the Wano arc opening or Dr. Stone's opening. Theirs is called Good Morning World, which makes a lot of sense. Unlike certain anime, looking at you, Noragami, your opening to literally called Hey Kids when it's got nothing to do with saying hey to kids.
Okay, how many times do people's openings actually respond to, like, what's going on?
I don't know. I mean, One Piece does it a lot. They had Hope Sanji would come back and their opening was literally called Hope. I mean, to a certain degree, like, My Hero Academia.
Okay.
Because the season 3 openings were Odd Future and Make My Story, which is literally about a kid, having an uncertain future, which one might call odd, and trying to carve out his own path.
But Hard Knock Days is something that you would say for One Piece when nothing in that opening was referring to the
I'm
Hard
not
Knock
talking
Days.
about the name, the like opening itself. I'm talking about the name of the opening, in which Hard Knock Days about it being hard when you're on the motherfucking Grand Line and everyone's trying to murder you, may or may not be at least mildly about One Piece, the story. Also, I'm pretty sure the people the band that did the opening to Dr. Stone, have possibly one of the best band names I've ever heard. Burnout Syndrome. Like, that just sounds like a band name. If you said that with no context, someone would be like, "You're damn right that's a band name." I don't know why they suddenly turned into, like, J. Jonah Jameson from the comics, but they did. It's really weird. Shit was...
Everybody, I want one picture of Spider-Man!
The shit was wild. Also, Hannibal Burgess has the best naming convention of all time. He named his comedy special movie Animal Furnace. I still not to this day do not know why he did that. But you know what? If I had a movie about me, I would probably name it something wacky like Animal Furnace too. Now the question is, was the furnace made of animals, or for animals, or by animals? Or is it for the...
Why animals?
Or maybe
For
because
the animals,
it was...
by the animals.
Or maybe it was, like, again, by, like, America, for the animals, by the animals. The animals have a constitution about furnaces, they might.
Animal Farm might.
Well, yeah, but they probably don't worry about furnaces because they're too busy trying to teach young people about communism.
Too busy talking about the revolution.
Also, obviously that's a Animal Farm's a social commentary, but I can't tell if the fact that the communistic animals were the pigs was, like, more social commentary or just, like, coincidence.
So they were trying to make the pigs communists because they were becoming the very things that they swore to destroy.
Well, then,
They were the meme.
well, if they were becoming the very things they swore to destroy, then shouldn't they have become edgy 18-year-olds or with laser swords and yellow eyes?
No,
No?
because this was a while ago.
Ah. Oh yeah, I suppose the Cold War was before Star Wars was a thing. Whoop!
What is... She found it.
Also, something that we intend to do is eventually play Yakuza, which is just aka Werewolf, aka Mafia, aka... Look it up by one of those names. It'll tell you something sometime on the stream eventually. So if that sounds like a good idea, you know, use like that weird like keyboard thing at the bottom of the page and has like words and everyone leaves like messages there. Yeah, but do that there.
I'm trying to see if I can get people to listen in.
I don't know. I still kind of feel mad about doing like the Tim versus hotel manager fight. Because though it would be hilarious chaos, I don't know if the people here will care enough.
Which is why I'm trying to get the people who I know would care.
I mean, yeah. This isn't all sunshine and rainbows here at attempting to do a podcast, Inc. Sometimes you gotta work really hard just to make sure that, you know, people can care. Also, like, you know, in two weeks, I'm gonna come back. Well, in a week after next week, there's not gonna be any tangent talks because I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna be on doing another trip, so no tangent talks then, and there might not be any tangent talks after that because I might fucking die from it. But there will probably be tangent talks about wild stories about horses. Because I'm doing a thing for the Boy Scouts of America. Oh wait, they're not Boy Scouts of America, they're just Scouts of America, because now they're co-ed.
Wait, did that actually go through?
Yeah, it's co-ed. I know Scouts of America. identity about being Boy Scouts has now been taken away from them because they're co-ed.
Oh my god! Oh, that's so beautiful! That's so fucking
What?
retarded!
Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're talking
No,
about the fact that Girl Scouts is still only girls, but Boy Scouts can still only be
yes!
both of them.
Because I was about to bring that up. Caitlyn is in Girl Scouts, but the Boy Scouts turned into the Scout. That's so fucking
They
retarded.
didn't fuse. They just let girls in. Girls could be away from boys, but boys, if you want to get away from girls, you're fucked. What's that I yearn for
Yeah.
gender equality meme? I feel like someone get that on screen.
Like, someone needs to shoot the SJWs who decided to say, let's let the girls into the Boy Scouts, but let's not get rid of the Girl Scouts altogether.
Or just
Because
fuse
I
them.
think it's because of the branding. Because you still have Girl Scout cookies. And you can't destroy the branding of Girl Scout cookies if it's just now Scout cookies. Because Girl Scout cookies are
Well,
a household name.
I mean,
But that's the dumbest freaking reason I can think of why on earth you would destroy Boy Scouts.
I actually think it's probably because of the Planned Parenthood thing, which is why they, like, I know people who are Girl
Right.
Scouts. Speaking of which, if your name is Kevin with a D and you're watching this, which I'm gonna send this to you after this is done airing, and you see this, hi. No, it's not Kevin. I have bad memory. I'm pretty sure it's Devin. Yes, Devin. If you're watching this, sup. They're from Nebraska. She was in fact a Girl Scout who I knew when I went to Nebraska last year. And apparently the reason she is now a Boy Scout or just a Scout because Boy Scouts don't exist, simply because you could either make friendship bracelets or like shoot guns and throw tomahawks, and they were like, fuck the friendship bracelets, I want to shoot guns and throw tomahawks at shit.
They just do more shit in the Girl Scouts.
No, the Girl Scouts are too. I don't know. I feel like they're still like the people who make decisions in that are like relics of the '90s, where they still have that idea of girls wouldn't do that. You have to act black ladylike. So, if you're like, if that is true, and I'm not just making this up, that's my theory, my hypothesis. Then people who are feminists and use the Girl Scouts as an example of feminism and equality, you're wrong because it's literally like becoming the definition of gender roles of you're a girl, you can't shoot guns and throw tomahawks.
All right, Michael, I got people here for Tim versus Hotel Manager. Even if we weren't gonna do it, I'm like, well, I got some people
Jacob
who want to
Catalan,
just.
you're not being very helpful. Your one-word questions don't help me understand what your question is. Yes, what we're talking about, the Boy Scouts of America turning into the Scouts of America and becoming co-ed is real. If that was your question. Also, where am I going? I don't really remember. I believe it's definitely in America. I'll tell you that. But essentially, it's going to be a horseback adventure. And I'm notoriously known for being bad with animals. So we're going to see how that goes. I can't get my dog to listen to me, so whatever makes you think that I can control something good enough
Bigger.
that is 200 times, not 200 times, 20 times more, 20 times heavier than that, really doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence. Like, the horses could just be like, you know what? We're going for a ride. Buckle up, shithead, and then just go ape shit. I would not be able to stop that. You would see, like, me on the back of a horse, doing whatever they told me to stop it, trying my best at that, while yelling fuck, and riding off into the sunset. They would never find the body. They really wouldn't. That horse could murder me. And
It could.
I could not stop it, okay? Like, I can't even get my, 60-pound dog. What makes you think this 1-ton animal is just gonna listen to me? It'll probably,
Maybe. Okay, first of all, horses are just bigger dogs. Two,
Exactly!
they're actually.
That's my point.
Yes,
My dog...
yes, but your dog's a moron.
My dog is a moron, but she's a well-behaved
But-
moron.
But
She bo-
horses are well behaved, slightly less dumb.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't fill me with confidence because they might be smart enough to sense weakness and be like, if there was gonna be a horse rebellion, it's fucking now, and just take me out. Like, that horse is gonna kick my ass and then go back to all of its horse friends and go, dude, why haven't we revolted before? I just fought a human, they're weak as fuck. If we, like, just look at them wrong, they'll get scared. Let's go fuck the humans up. Have a fucking horse rebellion. Like, it's a bigger dog, but I can't even get normal-sized dogs to listen to me. Why the heck would something that's, like, 20 times bigger care? Like, he'll look at me, except he won't because his eyes are on the side of his head and I don't think he can look back at me. But he'll just, like, sense the weakness and eat my soul or something. It's gonna happen.
Actually, horses have such a strong hearing that they can hear your heart. So
Well,
if you actually do start getting scared, they can hear your heart beating faster. Like, why are you scared?
I mean, that, and also I'm pretty sure we're told to have, like, you're only supposed to go on this if you have actually experience with animals or the horsemanship merit badge, which I don't have. So we're essentially lying to them, and they're going to be like, okay, now do the over, over turtle maneuver on your horse, and I'm going to go, what the fuck? And they're going to go, well, he lied, kick this man out, tie him to the pack mule, we'll use him for feedback for the horses if we run out later, and then I'm just gonna die. And then I'm like, my final message to you in the stream will just be that moment from season 3 of My Hero Academia where it's depowered. Oh wait, that might be spoilers. If you haven't watched My Hero Academia, don't listen. Just go watch the whole thing. Come back. We'll wait. Just kidding, we're not gonna wait. Hi, Lynn. Lynn's here now.
Hi.
She lintered the arena. That was a stretch. That was a stretch.
That was a bit of a stretch.
That was a bit of a stretch.
Like,
almost like Luffy.
Michael,
there.
On the 5-point scale, that was like a 2. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but the thing is, like most pro league batters will tell you, you miss 100% of the jokes you don't swing at. I gotta swing at him. It is my job. But it's just gonna be that moment from season 3 of My Hero Academia where I'm like pointing to you, depowered All Might, going, "It's your turn now." But because I'm gonna boldly assume the horse will fail to kill me or it won't finish the job, I'm not gonna write you instructions on how to do a stream and run tangent talk in my absence. That, or if you really need that much help, just get like a psychic, and maybe I'll like from the afterlife be like, "Now you have to enter the stream key."
Fuck that bullshit!
I'm not doing that clairvoyant stuff
I
anymore.
refuse. Michael, if you're dead, you're dead. I don't want to think that you can still talk to me beyond the grave, because then I know you will always be talking to me. You gotta wait for me to hear you. He's like, Jalen. I'll be taking a test and I can hear Michael's voice. Jalen. What the fuck, Michael? Mr. Simmons, do I need to let you leave the classroom? I'm sorry, Professor.
The answer to number 23 is C.
I swear to every religion god, Michael.
Bitch, you thought you could escape my jokes because I was dead? Joke's on you! We're doing tangent talk in the fucking afterlife. I'm here with Satan now. Mr. Satan, what are your thoughts on...
I'm here with our Satan correspondent, Michael. Back to you, Michael. Hell is a bitch. Thank you, Michael. Now.
So, I'm here with Mr. Satan now to confirm the existence of God. Is God any of the things that religion has based him off or said he is? No, he's none of those things. He just really, really likes writing people to write fanfic about him, so he hasn't bothered to show up to correct them yet. Oh, that's nice. So does that make atheists right or people believe in religion right? Yes. Oh, that's very interesting, Mr. Satan. Awesome, Mr. Satan. What are your thoughts on people who leave Monty Mains in Siege alone and don't help them push the objective? They fucking belong here. Damn straight they belong here! Also, if you're the people, if you're the people who looks at a name and goes, "This is spelled like L-E-T," and this is obviously the word let, and you pronounce it Liet, Fuck you. You don't exist. But if you do exist,
Yeah.
you belong in hell.
You heard it here, folks. If you do something incorrectly, you do not exist.
No, that's not what I
Now,
said. If you pronounce
Wait, I said it. I took you out of context. And now, if you do something incorrectly, you don't exist. Lynn, you don't exist anymore.
Oh,
Well,
well, I
joke's
didn't
on
exist a long time ago. I don't even know how to live.
joke's on you.
so-
None of us exist.
Hey, I failed day one. Let's be honest.
I mean, joke's on you. Then none of us exist. We're all just like I don't know, some really shitty game. Welcome to Podcast Tycoon. Buckle up.
Actually, you know what? Like, I made the jokes about it in the group chat of, bruh, so Zone, like, pops out of the game and
Oh,
he saw,
yeah.
like, a session, and I'm like, do you know how terrifying it would be to remember that all of your actions are not even your own? Someone is making them for you. And that makes me both scared and angry. Like, wait, you've been fucking this up the whole time?
Well, yes.
I should kill you.
If we had references, if there was actually a way to take the D&D characters that we have made, make them real, and then bring them to life, you know that moment from Bungo Stray Dogs Season 2 where it's just Robbo and Dazai, two genius, like a genius and someone who's mildly clued in everything, sitting in a room going, are we gonna end up in the mountains or the sea if we do that plan? Now that plan won't work, that's fucking stupid. What if we did that? No, that wouldn't work. Our comms would get us killed. But what if we did this? Well, that could work. Well, if we do that, are we gonna end up like in the mountains? No, we're gonna end up in the sea. Like they're not even like really planning it out. They're just spitballing and then immediately telling them what they think the like outcome's gonna be. I feel like that would be what like Tim meets Michael would be. It's just Tim being a genius and Michael being mildly clued in. Like, how is the character I created smarter than I am? Oh wait, I forgot. I'm stupid.
When you have to try to make very like intricate and very smart villains, when you yourself are a moron, it's just and then everyone you know, Lynn, likes to poke at your logic, and so it's really hard to like consistently keep up a face
Well,
when you know you can't like keep making
I'm
logical
sorry
like,
that I'm
like,
I'm
Lynn,
I'm a very
stop.
analytical person, especially when it comes to things that are not within the realm of reality.
you see,
So,
like the key to pretending to be smart is coming up with a plan, essentially by having a start and an end, and seeing how many possible possibilities you can come up with, where you could possibly like get from start to end. Because you could start going one direction of, well, you see, all I want this character to do is to like I want this character to like tell. I want this character to grab that sword. You could go with, don't grab the sword, put it in a chest and be like, oh, if you win this raffle, and then pull strings to make sure they win the raffle so they get the sword. You could give the sword to them. You could, like, tell them that the sword is like, by right, ancestrally belongs to them. And then, like, not say that you're not going to give it to them so they make an effort to take it from you so that you can just give it to them later. You can do a lot of things. Just come up with your start, come up with your end, and come up with every way you can get in there from in between.
yep,
And if someone starts steering the other direction, just fucking switch tracks. Be like, okay, that plan's not happening. That's pretty much just what Tim is. Tim's like, I need this fucker dead. How is every way I can make the fucker dead? Well, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. I could throw spoons at him until he has a heart attack because of his blood pressure gets too high. You know what? We're going with that plan.
this is not mine. What? What the fuck? Okay. Interesting.
So, Lynn, I don't know if you like were there for the announcement, but this is in fact not an ASMR channel, contrary to popular belief.
No,
Also,
I'm just having a
Fun.
mini panic attack because there are clothes that are not mine or any of my family in my clothing bins, and
Are they cool clothes? Are they cute? Are they something that you would wear?
no.
Then get rid of them
So,
or sell them. You know what? Sell them, make money off.
they're either stolen, someone asked to borrow your laundry machine because their one was broken and they need their clothes washed, or someone was definitely fucking murdered and they're hiding the evidence. It's one of the three.
Okay, let's not go with the murder since my bathtub does kind of look like there's blood spatter everywhere.
They could have accidentally just spilled their favorite jar of raspberry jam. You don't know that for a fact.
No, that's straight up red liquid.
How do you know that the Kool-Aid Man didn't try to take a bath in your house? How do you know your parents aren't friends with the Kool-Aid Man? You don't.
Because first,
Oh yeah.
because first off, the Kool-Aid Man would be dead because either A, I killed him, or B, I just kind of like kicked him out the house because he likes to break walls, and I live in a black household.
Maybe they're like.
So
maybe he was having like a reformation moment where like your parents were actually like trying to have like an intervention for him about breaking walls, and they were teaching him to use doors correctly. That, or they got him a job as a bricklayer so he can at least fix whatever he fucks up.
Little do you two assume my parents care that much.
I mean, if you had an infinite supply of Kool-Aid, you'd take care of the golden goose.
Nah.
You're right, you just fucking eat it and be like, oh shit, that was the golden goose? Whoop!
No, knowing me, I'd probably dissect it.
I'd fucking eat it.
No, I dissect it because
I mean,
if there's a possibility of a goose actually laying golden eggs, and I want to know how, and if I can replicate it or not.
I mean, to be honest, I'd just keep it alive and eat its children. Because do you know how much I could make people buy for a literally golden omelet? I'd have so much money. I'd have enough money to make sure that freaking Drifter Season 2 comes out. I'd have enough...
But wait, wasn't that made by Studio Madhouse?
I think.
I don't think you're getting a season 2, buddy.
What happened?
Studio Madhouse never does season 2s. That's why No Game No Life is still being bitched on for not having a season 2.
Well, yeah, but my problem...
It got a whole new, thing. Didn't it get a movie?
Yeah, it got a movie. It wasn't that good. I watched it. It was literally just this is Naruto and Sasuke, this, unlikely pair of a girl with red hair who's not that smart, but kind of smart, along with two geniuses of a, awkward male and a, very young child female with the same, body types, have been in this cycle of trying to fight God before.
Huh. Okay.
It's just been again, this is just fucking reincarnation. This story isn't unique at all.
Okay, so who's watched Isekai Quartet?
I haven't.
I've seen bits and pieces.
You've got to watch it. It's worth it.
I like how people are making fun of. I think it was Konosuba because their character is not Konosuba. What was it? Yeah, it might have been SAO. They're making fun of a isekai for not being able to get its characters in Isekai Quartet. I was just like, dang, you're making fun of someone for not even being the goodest self that they are.
But the funny thing is, though, okay, so the creator of SAO, Reiki Kawahara, he made 2 isekai. Well, one was not really an isekai. It was a Cell World. And I thoroughly loved it. No, I will destroy your out of the system. Shut up. A Cell World is about a very, very short, a dwarfism kid named Haruyuki Arita, who is the best gamer at one game specifically. And while everyone else has these really cool avatars, he has a small pig. Now, see, it is not centered around the game he is good at. Because there is a senior in middle school who beats his high score, and he's like, who the fuck's this bitch? And once he figures out she can slow down time to what was that measurement of time? It was it started with a pH. It was 1,000th upon 1,000th of a second.
No,
So it looks like she stopped time, but time is just actually moving incredibly slowly.
no idea. But yeah,
She just sort of,
Um, shoot, what'd you say? It started with PH.
I think it was like a pH, like a, a millionth of a second. I don't know.
Okay, what the fuck?
go on.
Where are you?
Huh?
Okay, so you're just gonna start making noises around the house and then disappear. Great. If you show up behind me and I punch you, I'm not gonna be sorry.
Picosecond. Oh
There
wait,
it
no,
is.
that's
No,
no.
that's something
Picosecond
else.
is a trillion.
But yeah, she slowed down time.
Yeah, she slows down time, and it's the whole older girl notices younger dude and goes, "Hey, you know what? You got potential, kid. Why don't you come play this game?" And oh, by the way, everyone in this world, well, kids at least, have these things called neuralinkers, which is technology hooked up to your brain. Where,
That's not a good idea.
however, there's nothing bad that happens with it, which I feel like that would have been an
Aw.
interesting way to take it.
I accidentally downloaded a virus into my brain. Could you clean it for me? She just pulls out a gun. Okay, son.
Actually, they did talk about how they clean viruses on their nerve gear, which is what the version of it is called. It's in the same universe as Sword Art Online. It takes place 50 years later.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, like they see
Just
the
like
like
no,
the
no.
original helmet.
It's just we had a whole like entire country get trapped in this. 50 years later, yeah, we're still using it. What?
Well, actually, they use like remember like this old dinosaur, and they see the oldest version of it. And I'm like, wait a sec. So this is what the Sword Art Online movie like, where they use augmented reality. So think of that, but more practical instead of just a freaking game.
Also, Caitlin Crease
Huh?
asked what? I don't know what your question was, so be more specific.
But yeah, like they could just like start moving their fingers in front of your face, and you're like, "What the hell are you looking at?" Oh, I'm just surfing the internet. Oh,
Oh wow.
it's like, oh, hey, I love this song. They start clicking on the song. They can still pull up and do other things. And if you don't have like this information, like you don't have a note here, they look like they're freaking psychotic. Like, what are they doing?
And
Like,
I'm just assuming that like I don't know school systems like they're just inside of a magnetic field disruptor, magnetic field, uh, like they're
an
they're just
ESP.
inside of a magnetic field generator just so that no one's using it. It's like you thought that I was reading the book, but you were a fool. For in fact, I was surfing the internet.
No, actually, whenever they cross through the freaking doors, there's a checker to see, like, because now, like, they have access to their nerve gear. So they can see what they're looking up. And they give them homework through their nerve gear. Like, okay, so this is today's lesson. And they see it, and all the students can see it in front of them. But I just find it really funny because people who wouldn't have nerve gear would just look in, and then there's like the teacher talking. It's like, oh, so we're gonna look over this, and this, and all the students are just like looking with these blank expressions, nodding their heads, like, wait, what's going on? Oh no, they can see it all. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
So it's what
But
IoT tried to be with smart boards and Chromebooks, but then forgot that they're stupid.
it's exactly like
So
that. Now
Huh?
back to like the actual anime style. So this kid, he starts going to this game. It's a fighting game where like instead of him being like a small little pig, you get a color based name. Like you get a color, and then you get a different name. So his name is, and get ready for the edgiest thing,
Oh my gosh.
Silver Crow.
Wow.
It gets edgier because we find out that he is the only character in the entire game that can fly.
What?
Also, flying
Yes.
in a fighting game, not at all broken. Well, you see,
Yes, that's what we're talking about. Okay, but there is one character who can use a motorcycle to fight people like Wario, but better. And
my
Wow.
point is, flying in a fighting game is bullfuckery, because if you get a character like Aizawa in One's Justice, his grab has essentially infinite, like, a really long time period, so he'll just throw a scarf around you and sit there for like a minute. If Aizawa could fly, and there was fall damage, he would literally just grab you with his scarf, take 5 minutes to fly straight up and be like, oh yeah, also, I forgot to say, fuck you, and then just drop you.
but yes, and the thing that they're fighting so preciously for is because you have to fight. It's like a gym membership. If you don't use a gym membership after a while, they cancel it or they just keep taking more money from your account. But it's not using money. It's using that little ability that the main female lead used in the first time. Look, I can slow down time, but I don't just slow it down in the game. I can slow it down in real life.
Well, I guess I
Like
know
what?
what I'm gonna watch Firefish do. Rah 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 rah.
Oh,
Huh?
Selwood. You're gonna like. He's watching Durarara.
Yes. 1 or 2.
Do you mean 1, 2,
You
3, or 4? I'm watching 1.
Okay.
Okay,
Have
now I
fun.
gotta go do my rant again. Fucking Salt Train
Okay.
woo woo. I swear to God, anime, you need to get your shit together. Stop naming things in non-sequential numbers. Don't name something the best show ever 1, the best show ever 2, the best show ever Final Crusade, the best show ever in the Golden Book of goddamn chicken nugget recipes, the Golden Book, and that man's got a weird looking face, but he's kind of funny looking, the best show ever, the Blue Cup. Name it the best show ever in numbers. I hate not being able to tell what's the next sequential season. Don't name something Durarara 1, Durarara X2 Shinto, Durarara X2 10, Durarara X2, who gives a fuck? You'll never know what season 3! I'm sorry if I blew out your eardrums, but goddamn it, anime. Fucking name things. Like,
See, my whole thing is you can use Final Crusade to better goddamn be the last fucking season.
yes! Don't make the Final Crusade the second to last movie looking at you, Indiana fucking Jones, Cash Grab McGee, Shia LaBeouf doesn't belong in a fucking indie movie.
Like at least Naruto the Last was the last movie of Shippuden. And one of the very few movies in all of anime that's actually canon.
Fucking Kokono
Huh.
Basket 1, Konokono Basket 2, Kurokono Basket and the Golden Basket. Kokono Basket, him and that pink girl who does strategy for the other team actually finally
My
take
one?
their technical relationship to the next level. Kurokono Basket, side adventures with the dog named Kokono. Like, fuck. Name things.
Oh, Naigo?
I don't know what the fuck his name is. His name is Dog Kokoro as far as I'm concerned.
They call him Naigo, though.
I don't give a fuck. Like,
Wow. What did the puppy do to you? He's adorable.
the puppy is adorable, but his name doesn't matter until they get their shit together and name things like non-crackheads. If you name something like a crackhead, I don't give a shit what your dog name is. If you're like, I'm writing a book series, and I go, what's its name? And then you're like, well, first it's called The Golden Chalice 1, and then The Golden Chalice and the Silver Cup, and then The Golden Chalice, the Silver Cup, and who knows? Then I'm gonna be like,
What's the point of having a golden chalice and then saying silver cup at the end of it?
if the series is called Silver Chalice, and then the second book is called Dragon Breath Be Gone, I'm gonna tell you you're a fucking crackhead, and I'm gonna damn what your dog's name is. Like,
Rip.
name things. Yes, I am salty because people name things like crackheads, and it's obviously a first world problem, and it's not that big a deal. But it's quality of life thing. Like literally, you could name it anything. If naming the second book in that series is calling it Dragon Breath Be Gone is so fucking important. Just call it the Golden Chalice 2. Dragon Breath Be Gone. And people go like, oh, it's the second book. They don't have to look at the date it was released to decide which one to watch next, so they don't spoil the fucking show for themselves. Like, Boom Go Stray Dogs 1, Boom Go Stray Dogs 2, Boom Go Stray Dogs 3. Good. Ruby 1 through 6. Good.
I didn't die.
I mean, that or just have, like, 2 seasons like Naruto did, where it's like Naruto Shippuden, and everything you can tell about is Naruto's older in Shippuden, so you don't accidentally make the mistake of watching Shippuden first.
Hello, Floofa Poof. What do you want from me? You have food in your bowl, along with water.
So, now the question is, are we doing Tim versus manager fight now?
Yes, I was like trying like, should I bring it up? Nah, Michael's screaming. I let Michael scream something.
Okay, that salt train was very important. People...
Michael, I legit left while you were doing the salt train. I went, cooked an egg. I came back with the egg on my rice, and I was eating. I'm like, oh, he's still talking. Interesting.
You think I couldn't scream about people naming things like crackheads for an hour if I was given the chance and actually
You
wanted
didn't
to?
get me, crackhead.
That kind of reminded me of this one book series I'm reading or have read, because it took me a second to realize which was the third book.
So they're crackheads, got it.
No, meaning I read through the third book halfway and was like, none of this makes sense, only to realize there was another book, and I was like, oh, well, I probably should open this.
That's how I felt about the Lord of the Rings series. I accidentally read the Two Towers before I watched the first one, and I
Oh,
was
wow.
super
You're right.
confused.
The
Like,
Lord of the Rings is also another very famous example of fucking name your books with numbers so people don't have to look up, what
okay,
order.
but I feel like Lord of the Rings by itself makes sense. Two Towers, it has two in the name. I think that means it's the second one. And then the third one, I feel like should be process of elimination. But other than that, no.
Well, yeah, but that that's still guessing. That might be guessing with actually some mild logic that you don't know if is right or wrong backing you up. Because Two Towers could be the second one.
Or it could also be the last one.
Yeah. No one knows that Return of the King's third movie.
Okay, you want to do this? You really want to do Tim versus this hotel manager?
Yes, it's what the...
'Cause I got my...
I think it's what the people came here to see, because I see Jacob Cotton One, Caitlin Rose, and third person watching Show Yourself.
No.
Oh, well, never mind then.
It
I
might
was
just
joking.
be Lindsay.
I was joking. I'm not watching the stream. There is no point.
Because you are the stream.
Yeah, I was gonna tell her like, yeah, it's on Tangent Talk, and then she's like, okay, I'll just join fucking Tangent Talk. I'm like, oh, damn, like that's not at all what I meant. But you know what? I'm not gonna stop you.
Yeah, because
Also,
I didn't feel like wasting my battery with opening YouTube for like 3 hours.
Also, I now have a character sheet of Yoshi, like as a D&D character.
Like,
Wait,
Yoshi
what?
as in the fucking thing from Nintendo that's a, like, lizard dinosaur that always gets dropped into the pit so that Mario can get extra hops.
Yeah.
Right, I never did that.
I never played Mario.
I don't know why they encouraged that.
Right, that's animal abuse.
Well, no, he's not being abused. He's just being fucking murdered.
Also, Yoshi is a monk, so that's interesting.
Yoshi's a monk.
Yeah, why the fuck else would you... You'd have to be a man of God if you were gonna fucking put up with fucking baby Mario for that long.
Well, that's the fact that, like, monks get, like, the extra jump and, like, get to flutter in the air longer with Featherfall, which is something that Yoshi kind of does when he jumps
Oh,
up, and it
yeah.
makes him he's just running as he's, like, slowly
You're
falling.
saying that
So,
he's a
that
monk, but he's not
that
actually
makes
a
sense.
monk. Okay. I was very confused. I was like, is this, like, actual canon confirmed lore?
No, he's not.
I was like,
He's
damn! I mean, that's kind of cool, but damn!
Okay, before we start this, since we're on the topic of Yoshi, can we talk about the fact that Yoshi's Final Smash in
It's
ultimate
just the Lion
is
King.
is the Lion King.
That's why everybody likes using Incineroar's like Mufasa's just like Scar, help me. It's like long live the king. Honestly, Luigi's down taunt is probably the best thing. It's just that if Luigi was also a cat, that would be funnier.
So if
It's
they
like
gave him
long
a
live the
Cat
king.
Mario skin for Cat Luigi, it would just be.
Yes, because Luigi's down taunt, if they're like hanging onto the edge, it's a meteor smash and sends them straight down off the screen. Like it's destructive. Because it looks like he's being all shy and then he just punts you
Oh wow.
down to hell.
Yeah, yeet.
Which is why I'm like, that would be the best Scar. Especially because it's Mario. Mario is Mufasa.
Mario is a psychopath.
Mario is the psychopathic twin.
He's a psychopathic.
Someone once asked me to, like, explain the entire plot of season 3 of My Hero Academia with, like, only, like, 10 words, but not a lot.
Emojis.
And I was just like, I'm gonna eat the meat with my feet. There we go. Done.
That sounds so wrong.
Well, you see, you forget that we're all flesh bags. You spent too much time looking at memes on the internet. This is what you get.
Oh, by the way, they have Jigglypuff as a D&D character sheet. Kirby.
They have what?
I want to see what Kirby is.
Oh yeah, Kirby is probably gonna be a god.
Kirby's a fighter. I'm like, that's a terrifying fighter.
Turns out that
The only
they just
thing
they made a new class for him, Amoeba. I guess.
yeah, like
That'd be a terrible idea.
Oh yeah.
The only negative he has is in intelligence, and I'm like, that's fair. He's a freaking toddler.
Well,
Kirby's
He's a
not even 3
toddler
years old, but he's got the powers of God.
And he understands the concept of murder.
also,
Like, do not touch this.
I'm very close to just deciding that I don't give a fuck. Fuck you, Pat. Not really. That I just want to do like a theory, but I have no idea what I would name that. Because I have one thing, and that is pride in my ability to name things. Tangent Talk's a fucking beautiful name, and I'm like, I can't. There is no name for an idea that you can't prove because a theory is simply just an explanation of something that you have no way of proving. But like, I don't know of any synonyms for like a theory, so now I gotta go on thesaurus.com and find one.
An inference? An idea?
Hypotheosis.
Because I just want to do one talking, because it's not even really a theory.
Did you call it a hypotheosis?
Talking about
like,
like using
Win.
using my. I'm just gonna ignore that. We're just gonna ignore that. No, Jalen, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna ignore that. Like, as to whether or not the Minecraft village counts as a civilization, so I can be able to definitely quantify my existence as a person who has passed APU world history, and just use all that to talk about fucking Minecraft villages.
Hey, you use your knowledge to what you want.
Bruh,
And
have you
that
ever
makes-
seen Lost in a Noggin where they attempt to understand the mechanical marvel that is how Captain Falcon can create the Falcon Punch? Like how fast he has to be igniting his fist.
Probably pretty fucking fast, I'm assuming.
It could probably fight One Punch Man a little fast.
I don't know. Well, like, the thing, again, with One Punch Man is no one's able to, like, say he'll win or lose because his limits have never been quantified. So if,
Actually, I think they might possibly get to the point of
well, like, the thing is, if any of the feats he's already done haven't, like, if any of those feats are topped, it's kind of just a stalemate because no one can actually quantify his limits. Because after blowing up the meteor, jumping back from the moon, And now because of season 2, Yai, killing,
Elder Centipede.
yeah, blowing up the entirety of the Elder Centipede. Like after
I
that,
didn't even watch season 2. That's how much people love One Punch Man now.
yeah, I read the manga, so I knew it was gonna happen months in advance. But you know, whatever.
Whatever.
You fucking thought that you loved the what was it, the martial artist's name? Now I have to actually open my manga and like, what the fuck is his name? I'm opening my manga.
Who? I didn't even hear what you were referencing. So.
The martial artist's fucking name.
Suryu?
Yeah, Siryu. Now I pulled out the manga for nothing. Damn it. Yeah, Siryu. I knew that Siryu was gonna happen, and it was fucking amazing from even more amazing in the manga. I thought it was gonna be better in the anime, but it actually wasn't. Maybe it's because I knew it was happening. I don't know.
Wait, so Michael, you're leaving next week or sometime around this week?
I will not be here for the week after next.
Okay. Next week, I just got the email from Mr. Thomas. We can do Yakuza in here now.
Oh boy.
Oh, great.
Also, we should probably stop talking it up and just fucking do it. Tim versus the hotel manager fight.
Tim versus Mr. Losby. Okay.
If you
Mr. Mosby.
if you
Yeah.
wanted to
Mr.
recognize the level of chaos that I am capable of doing every day, but I never actually do, simply because I'm low key too well behaved to fucking do it, you're about to witness that shit right here and right now.
All right. Let me just pull up some of my notes. By the way, I want to ask you two. Do you guys remember the name of the Sky Kingdom?
Something with my name in it, that's all I can remember.
Porcelain.
It was Linforia.
Ah, close enough. I might have taken like the first.
Because Euphoria, because it was pastels.
Exactly. I
Wow.
totally didn't forget and was hoping that someone would remember and I would just pretend I remembered all along. That's what happens when you gotta take more notes because like your memory is not perfect. Continuously learning. All right, Michael,
See,
it's time to duel. Okay.
actually, it's time for chaos.
The chaos is the duel. The duel versus chaos versus order.
Actually, it low-key is chaos versus order.
So it's about 1:30 in the morning. Tim trying to sneak into the garage, still being blocked off by Mr. Hosby.
Oh, do I have to like wait? So he's already caught me, or do I actually have to roll for like stealth?
No. He's in the garage. You're trying to get there.
So roll for stealth.
Yes.
Unfortunate. Probably should have added DiceBot to this channel, but it's whatever. What? Who gives a shit? Now we just wait till I can fucking load Discord on another device. Yeah, yeet. Yup, we're just gonna and then and fucking dice rolls. Fuck. Roll the D20. Fucking stat sheet ass looking. Savenya Tibisnia. I got a fucking 15.
By the way, Lion King live action July 19th.
The question
I-
is,
5 days.
isn't that just gonna be like live action, but it's like 900%
CGI.
Incorrect.
No, like CGI, so it's not live action. It's
Yeah.
just realistic. Well,
Yeah, and honestly, I preferred the whole Simba has red mane, which honestly I don't see often or at all in lions. So that made it feel more like it's not just a cartoon, but he's more special than a normal lion.
special snowflakes.
Whose pants are these?
Well,
What the?
honey, have you seen my pants? That's a reference no one's gonna get. Also,
You seen my?
Lynn, I'm gonna tell you one thing and one thing right
I
now. I don't know anything about your situation you're in right now, but I can 100% guarantee you those are not my pants.
Michael,
I hope.
Michael,
would-
Or
are you
I
making
would
a
kind
reference
of
to the
hope
Lego
not.
movie?
wait. Or at least I mildly hope they're not my pants. If someone stole my pants.
Michael,
Yes,
Michael.
I was.
Let's not even.
You-
Let's not even.
I was like,
Let's
I
not even
knew
put
it.
that as a possibility. I knew it as well. I just chose to ignore it because
Again, I really hope no one stole my pants. If you're out there fucking stealing my pants, then fucking stop it.
okay.
I. Here's the thing, though.
um,
Why are they
thi-
stealing your pants and putting them in my laundry?
They're trying to insinuate something.
I don't know.
Let's not.
Like, no, like, just in general, if you're out there stealing pants, they don't even have to be my pants, just pants in general. Fucking stop. What are you doing? What are you doing? Stop. Just, don't.
Get some help.
Don't. Like, if you could just, like, not for, like, 10 minutes. Like, actually an hour. Like, actually for the rest of your life, just stop. Go for it.
Well, so you rolled a 15 in your stealth.
What the
You-
hell is this?
How would you like to be sneaking towards the garage? Okay, so from where you are, there is the air conditioning vent. You can take the long route of going down the stairs. You could nix yourself. By the way, for anyone who's out there, nixing yourself is nix, the act of throwing oneself or another person out of a window. I know there's an actual word for it, but I cannot remember for the life of me.
I'm gonna be very disappointed if she's not here to find out that she's being referenced.
I don't think she is because I see her online on Discord, and I gave her the link.
Feels bad. Oh well.
Oh well, she's not gonna get paid for it. So yes, you can either nix yourself, you can go through the air ducts, you can sneak down the old-fashioned way of just gliding down the stairs. How are you going to do this?
Tim's gonna go down the stairs.
The one with the least amount of damage. Okay, so as you've been going down the stairs, Tim, with your radical chaos self, have been gliding down the stairs, just doing that weird thing where people just slide on the handrail.
Mhm.
But you just consistently do it all the way down, not making a single sound.
Yay.
And now you've made it to the basement floor. Well, not the basement floor, like floor 1, because the second floor is where the lobby is.
Yay. Which way's the garage? Or do I have to, like, do that myself?
Okay, no. Down as you made it to like the basement door and you open it, you see a long hallway with 6 doors, 3 on one side, 3 on the other. And at the very, very back, there's a bigger door, and it has a skeleton head on the doorknob.
A skeleton head on the doorknob? Huh. That's interesting. I guess just pull out 7 spiders, which are oranges. That are spiders, like as in the like spy as in you collect intelligence, and as in it's a spider. Yeah, and have them go check out all 7 rooms. Because
At the check
I get the feeling that the skeleton room is probably not where I want to go.
as the spider bots go through each of the main rooms. The one closest to you on the right, you see two employees still like in the middle of the morning drinking coffee and being very flirtatious.
Okay, that's the break room.
To the one to the very like across the hall directly in front of it, there are a bunch of cleaning supplies
That's
and a mop.
a janitor's closet.
To the one directly next to that room, you see a big pot in the middle of the room that is just emanating spiritual radiance.
That doesn't sound like a garage.
Directly across from there, you see a book with a book on a pedestal surrounded by other books and the skylight shining directly on the book and with the pedestal. Directly next to that room, you see a bunch of power tools and a much bigger, spacious room than most.
Let's go with that one. I don't give a shit if they're like worshipping the spaghetti monster who brings meatballs to everyone's life.
Oh man, I had a small subplot. Anyway, you know what? We'll destroy that.
I don't care if they're. I don't care if they're spaghetti researchers who are dead set on explaining to the world that spaghetti is an animal. I don't care. That's not my problem. I'm getting to that garage.
Anyone who saw Family Feud last night knows what I'm talking about.
The chances are astronomical that there would actually.
Astronomically. If anyone knew what I was talking, besides Caitlin, because Caitlin was there when I was telling you about it. She doesn't count in this instance. Love you, Caitlin. As you were sneaking in.
What is happening? So confused.
I want you to roll me another stealth check.
I just got like an echo for like a second, and I started
Yeah, I heard it too.
panicking because I hit like
I
mute. Very scary, scary, very.
Scary, very scary Terry.
Scary Terry is very scary.
That's why she's scary Terry.
Not mildly inconvenient Terry. Mildly.
That's why she's scary, not Mary Terry.
I got a 7. A rip.
You, as you were sliding down, because you remember, wow, my footsteps might be pretty loud. You kind of just completely forgo the original, like, oh, let me just take really slow, quiet steps. You just go, making my way downtown, walking fast, cause I know where the garage is. Do. Don't give a fuck. Do. That's a motif of you're just walking down. Like, a couple people like open the break room. Just like, who the hell's still up? Hey, kid, you're not supposed to be down here.
Roll intimidation. Yeah, yeet.
That should be for you. They're not trying to intimidate you. They're telling you what's up.
I know, and I want them to go back to flirting in the coffee room.
So you're gonna roll for intimidation.
Yes.
Go for it.
+4, don't fail me now. I got a 23!
How are you doing this?
Tim turns around slowly, looks at them, throws a spoon that bounces off his forehead, and says, "Go back to flirting in the coffee room, you saw nothing."
Okay. Just make sure that you're out of here when you're done. As he just closes the door like really quickly.
Spoons of
Who was that?
intimidation.
Was that the boss? No, no, no. It was worse. What? It's a customer. Why didn't you help them out? She doesn't need help, but she needs help.
The spoons of intimidation never fail me.
And listening to your request, I go back to play. As that is going down, you just keep walking to where the garage is. But as you walk past the room with the cauldron, you just hear a guttural.
Well, that sounds
As you
like an incendiary moment that could possibly start a subplot, and I should probably check that out. But I'm not going to!
Tim, destroyers, subplots, and breaker of fourth wall.
Oh, wait. Pulls out small piece of wood that acts as a doorstop and a hammer and hammers it under the door so that it can't be opened from the inside.
I'm dead.
And just keeps walking towards the garage.
As you walk towards the garage and just open it, you see the okay. How redneck do I describe? Like, there's the hotel manager with a shotgun in hand in a rocking chair, looking directly at the door. I thought I told you you're not getting the garage.
And I thought I told you I'd fucking burn this place down and then get the garage.
What's the point of
I'm
burning
gonna
the place
burn
down?
down everything other than the garage. And then it'll...
The garage would burn.
No, the garage wouldn't burn.
Actually, just because it's made of sedimentary rock doesn't mean that it's not unable to burn. So, how are we gonna do this? As he just like cocks the shotgun.
You're gonna remember you left the oven on and leave the room.
Nice try. The cooks handle the oven, and they turn it off.
Oven, I meant the slime monster in the room next to this that was saying something about argagar, gar, gar, agagagaga, ga.
That's just the sound the pot makes.
You see, funny thing is, I actually have cooked before, and I've, funny enough, never heard a pot go agagagaga, argagar, gar, agagaga, ga.
Well, you see, up here, instead of you land-dwelling folk, we do things differently.
Yeah, but I have
Our
a
pot
hard time believing your pots go agagagaga, argagargagar, agagagaga, ag.
You should just go back to sleep. Upstairs.
No. This is my room. I am in my room. Get out of my room before I call hotel security.
I am hotel security.
Well, then I'll call you and tell you to get kindly out of my room.
No, this is not your room.
Okay.
Please go back upstairs.
No. Now you listen here, cornbread. You're gonna leave, and you're gonna let me take care of my freaking chimera in peace.
You have a chimera?
Why the fuck do you think I want a fucking garage?
I had no idea. See, now I really can't let you have the garage.
Well, what do you think I'm gonna use to burn down this place, everything, everywhere else but the garage?
I've heard that land dwellers have a lot more access to the pyrotechnics.
Okay, listen here, Hoss. I'm gonna give you one last chance to just walk away from this. You won't even know it. In fact, it'll probably be better than when you left it.
I think I got it from here. You can go back upstairs.
Well, I'm not gonna. So now this is the part where I tell you that, like, literally there are so many more, like, important things happening. Like, all of the workers in the coffee room are slacking. And also, if you don't leave this room right now, that library that looks awful, important, and expensive will probably blow up. Possibly burn.
That's fine. They have copies of those books at the bookstore. We can always get new ones.
Well, that's unfortunate. Because now I'm going to have to go find something else expensive to break.
You don't get it, do you? You don't make the rules here.
No, I break them.
This is my house.
Well, I'm going to take a shit in it. And you're going to let me.
Now I got my goddamn permission.
Tim runs off, closes the door behind her, and slips another doorstop under it, nailing it shut. I'll be right back. I have to go find something very important looking to burn or something.
You don't hear anything. Just as you running back up to the stairwell. Or where are you going? Are you running back
Question,
upstairs?
does this place run on electricity?
Yes.
Okay, and it's gotta have a maintenance room where it's connected to the power grid. Let's go there.
As you go back to where the stairwell's door was, you look to your left and to your right. To your left is a door leading directly outside. To your right, you see another long hallway, but not nearly as long as the hallway you just ran from.
We're gonna go right.
Where you? Okay. At the end of the hallway and to the left, there's a slight hum coming from the door.
Let's go there.
As you open the door, you see a bunch of electric mice running on hamster wheels, and you see electricity being formed through their bodies, powering the entire hotel.
So is there a place where that controls where power goes to, like a breaker box?
There is a breaker box directly. Okay, so close your eyes and imagine this with me. Okay, in front of you, there are the mice running. Like, the door opens on the far right hand side of the room. You walk into the room. Directly in front of you, the mice are running on the wheels. You look up. The veins of the wheels, like, or at least all the cords that are going towards it, one starts moving to the right, there's a breaker box. One starts moving to the left, and then it starts branching out, and you see it branch out more, where it's probably going to the rest of the hotel.
Let's cut power to every place except for the kitchen because I don't want to spoil their chalky milk. And, like, Keith and Cersei's room.
This would be a horrible place to say that. Okay. Keith and Cersei are no longer with you all.
That mean they're dead or that they're in a different hotel?
They're in a different hotel. Keith found that, like, he could pay to get an upgrade for himself. But see, Cersei decided to, like, you're my knight, therefore your money is my money. So I'm gonna take your hotel spot. But he had enough for 2 people, so he decided to go himself, and he went on ahead. And so Cersei and Keith are now sleeping in a hotel room in a different hotel, in the fancy hotel by themselves.
Yeah, and I told
So-
you I'm breaking into the fancy hotel.
No, you guys are in the Met Hotel.
Yeah, and I'm breaking into the fancy hotel.
You're gonna break into the fancy hotel while you're in the power generator of the
No!
Met Hotel.
No! I told you that I was breaking into the garage of the fancy hotel. I don't give a shit about the Met Hotel.
You know what? This can work too. I can see the layouts of the exact same. Okay.
Misunderstanding! But...
This whole thing was so wrong. No.
So
Uh,
does Cornbread, he run both hotels, and we've just been in the fancy hotel the entire time? Retcon!
well, shoot. Now I can say that the power system is a lot bigger than freaking electric mice, like that freaking second episode of Pokemon, the original series.
If I'm gonna be in the normal hotel anyways, I wouldn't bother breaking into it. I wanted to break into the fancy hotel.
Oh, if you're breaking into the fancy hotel, okay. Well, some of the rooms, imagine there are like 12 more rooms than the rooms I described, but you still encounter the same type of shtick. Instead of, I almost said right instead of electric mice. Instead of mice running, you just see a bunch of
Alpacas.
magic. No, what the fuck? No.
What? You weren't filling in the
Magic
blank, so I decided to do my own.
I was gonna say llamas, but then you said alpacas. I'm like, no, that's stupid. Was about to say llamas.
What, you think an entire hotel couldn't run on magic electric llamas? Or alpacas? Or alpaca llamas?
Alpaca llamas.
The duck stitch is right next to the alpaca llamas.
Question 2. Was Stephen a junior? Yes.
I already answered it.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I was just looking at what Jacob said. Like, yes. Think of Coach Roberts holding a shotgun.
Ah. Well, now all the AP kids are going to see this video because I'm essentially beating up the pissing off the spiritual representation of Coach Roberts holding a shotgun.
Except he's like,
Not letting me do my own thing, which is always a bad idea, especially when it's Tim, because, you know, Tim could probably burn down the entire place and no one could stop them.
but yeah, there are more rooms. It's a lot. It's still fancy despite it being like a really low class room because you know it's below everything else.
It's got fancy to
You
its
think-
roots.
You see, and instead of mice, on the 4 cardinal directions of the room, you see a magic furnace burning bright, like sky blue, lime green, blasphemous red, and one is just burning completely white.
Now, the question is, are these each a different element, or they are powering the same thing and happen to be different colors?
I don't know. Roll investigation.
I guess just Monty's been with me the whole time. Okay, +4.
Monty.
Okay, +4, don't fail me now.
That's such an interesting thing. Like people think that Crow's semblance is just a bad luck charm. Well, it really can't be, considering the fact that a bad luck charm will make sure that you stay alive long enough to keep it.
Also, I thought he confirmed it in season 5 that his semblance is bad luck. Pretty sure it is.
Yeah, people are trying to make theories that it's not actually bad luck.
Oh, well, Tim got a 7. God damn it. Why is it always either super high or a 7?
Because 7 is a divisible number of 28.
Yeah, but I'd rather get 28, 21, or 14. Not 7.
I will let you use a Monty assist.
Yeah, Monty assists, because he, I believe, is actually... has a +6 in investigation. Yes! Monty! This is why Monty exists. It's simply for when Tim gets bad rolls to essentially act as a retry. I said +4, but do I have to roll again, or can I just roll with the 17?
You can roll with a 17.
Because technically, if it was a +6, I would have just gotten a 19. So yeah, let's roll with that.
We'll use the 13 as the basis. So you could tell that the red one is providing heat to the hotel. The red furnace is providing heat to the hotel. The blue one is providing water. The green one is providing the electricity to run it all. And the white one is currently cooking something, but you don't know what. Like, it's not food cooking, but like you could tell, when I put something in a hot pot and the hot pot just starts going,
You're really like set on the subplot, aren't you?
no, it's not even the subplot. I'm just saying it's cooking something that's for the hotel. It's just,
let's... I guess... what would be the best way to fuck everything up? Normally I don't need help with this. I mean... I guess just cut all the electricity.
Water.
Wait, okay. Okay. I don't have anything to make that happen, damn it. Let's go to the breaker box and cut off electricity to everywhere else except for the kitchen and to Cersei's room.
okay, so with the lime green furnace burning brightly with runes on it that spell out for electricity, there are about 50 different chords. But with these tools and your technological know-how, you know that if you're gonna cut majority of all of these, you'd have to cut about 47 to make sure that you get your intended result. However, they are random 3 within the 47, so I want you to roll me sleight of hand.
Now that's awful unfortunate. Because I have a +5 in that, so I'm kind of hoping. Oh, I got a 6.
Oof.
If
And that is what the philosophers refer to as big oof.
pretty much every other roll is just garbage. I rolled a 19 last time, so it's like, nope, you're getting shit. At this point, I should just every other roll do like a test roll, but then I'd start getting look 100% of the time, and then on the test roll I'd get a like nat 20, and then on the not test roll it'd be like you get a 2.
Just... So, in your efforts of trying to flip specific wires, you're like, I know it's 3 of them. So you just take You take out your trusty, dusty, raggedy dagger from your box of daggers, and you start making incisions and just start sawing your way through it. However, you fucked up and you accidentally cut 49 instead of 47.
I mean, I feel like if Tim was to
So
fuck up in any way, it wouldn't be that way, but okay.
it wouldn't be that way.
No.
However, that one light, that one electric light is like almost everything powers down. The, even the other furnaces look like they're starting to slowly get dimmer. So with that one, you've kind of fucked everything else over. However, the only place that is still alive is the kitchen.
Yay! Oh well. Cersei knows how to light candles.
They have control flame and prestidigitation. They're fine. They're fine. They're magic users.
Have one of the spider bots that's still like downstairs to go into the room with cornbread in it, and I guess cast a message and be like, how about now?
Is that what you're calling the manager?
Yes. If he's southern, I'm gonna call him cornbread.
Because I was super confused for a second. It's like, how about now? I'm like, who the hell is okay.
Yup. Next, I'm just gonna call him Hoss.
He, he, you send a spider bot, it does not return. The last thing you see on the spider bot is him picking it up and it going offline.
But I wanted to. It was gonna like project a picture of Tim. That's unfortunate.
It's gone.
Well, I'll take that as he's not ready to start, so I guess we need to go fuck other shit up. So if the blue furnace does water, what would happen if I were to, I don't know, pour a bunch of lemons into it? Would they explode immediately, or would they just be traveled with the water supply?
They would travel through the water supply.
Where's the nearest elevator, since I'm assuming they have these?
The nearest elevator would be, you leave the room, you take a right, next to the staircase, there is the elevator.
Let's go to the top floor, where all the important people are, so that they don't get shit on.
You go into the elevator. There is a very tired looking young woman, like rubbing her eyes. I can't take you to. Can I take you to the top? What floor would you like to go to?
Top.
Okay. She presses the button very. No one else could cover the shift, so I'm gonna be here all. You won't tell if I fall asleep, do you?
Oh no, I'm currently on a mission to fuck over your boss.
Alright. She like kind of slinks back into the back of the elevator room, just like starts nodding off. As you reach the top floor and it dings.
This is why you should always treat your employees with respect, and then maybe they won't want to, I don't know, help a tiefling blow up your entire job. So this is where all the important people are. I wonder what kind of important people there is. How many doors are there, like, on the penthouse level?
8.
Now, I could have a spider bot go back down the elevator shaft to, like, the office level, to, like, the first floor, see if there's, like, a guest book or the thing where they give them the keys to the door and find out who lives where. Or I could just start kicking doors in. I'm gonna send a spider bot down to the first level to see if there's a guest book or registry as to who is in what room.
Every time you use a spider bot, I just start playing Mission Impossible theme in my head
Pretty much.
as it goes down the elevator shaft, and you just hear it. As it makes it down to the first floor. The lobby is completely abandoned. Well, except for one person who's just like working the late shift, but they're just playing on their game.
Pretty much because, you know, it's 1 o'clock in the morning and I just cut power.
Now no one can tell me I have to work because work is off. So, as you get, what were you looking for specifically on the first floor?
Like, a guest book, you know, or like the place, the notebook where they keep, you know, who signed in and who signed out and who they gave the key to. Cause
that would be behind the front desk. And
we're going there.
That is where the dude playing his game would be. So I'm gonna have you roll stealth for your spider bot with advantage. Because they're
tiny little shits, no one can see them. They wouldn't be very good spider bots if they were easily spotted.
Still the size of an orange.
I mean, slightly smaller than an orange. But still.
So they're like halos.
Yeah, I'm like, are they like mandarins?
Well, I mean, it's the size of a mandarin, then part of what becomes the peel folds out to become the legs, so the actual body of the thing is like slightly smaller than an orange.
Okay.
That and I got a 22.
Yikes.
That and also
I like how it was 1 to 22.
Like they can squish down, like flatten themselves to fit under a door. They'd be very bad spider bots if they were stopped by doors.
As you slink past the dude just playing on his version of the Game Boy Advance. Just
loser.
No.
Do not disrespect. How dare?
The man's just trying to play
What?
not Pokemans while his work is being terrorized by the worst thing that is ever going to happen to them.
Best Game Boy's original Game Boy. Fight me.
It's not his fault this man likes
You weren't even
buttons.
born then.
It's not his fault he likes a screen that he can actually see and color. And like games that aren't in 3 colors of puke green, puke black, or puke gray. It's not his fault he likes quality, Lynn. This NPC is just out here trying to live his life, play the better, advanced version of a Game Boy that doesn't look like puke, and you're out here trying to throw hands. Let the man
I thought you
be.
said the salt.
He's
I thought you said the salt thing was over, Michael.
he's just trying to play the second installment of not Pokemon in style, where the sprites don't look like something that someone shit out, but actual quality. Don't throw hands at the Game Boy Advance. That thing had a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh game. Do you know how much code would have to go into every single Yu-Gi-Oh card? Too much fucking code.
That just made my day. Okay.
Yeah, yeet, that's my job.
Good job, Lynn. Trying to make fun of the superior versions. Just to look at Michael rage for like a split second with the salt.
I mean, that's like being like, original TV was better. You're a fucking noob if you watch shit in color.
Man, remember when the TV was just as racist as America? Black, white. That was it.
Well, the thing is, you say that, but there was also shades of gray, so they were mixed.
Of gray.
I mean, you know the only reason I said that is because I'm blind, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not like... It's more like, remember back when TV was about as diverse as a box of Oreos?
Even Oreos
wait.
are now more diverse because they have different colors.
A box of Oreos?
Yes.
Who sells Oreos in boxes?
Okay, I took them out of the package, like the real wacky
Why would you
styrene.
take them out of like that little plastic container that they come
I
in?
put them in a
Who
box.
gets boxes?
I did. Fight me.
I will. I know where you live. You know where I live. Come on.
Okay, we got a different kind of fight to happen first. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. We'll kick. Well, I'll let you kick this NPC's ass first, but then we're gonna box.
Ah, boxes. Also,
All right.
hello to everyone watching, whoever the new person is. I don't know who you are. Say something in chat so I can name you by name. Or just don't. Unless it's Nyx. If there's no response, I'm going to assume it's Nyx.
It's probably.
It's probably not, but I'm going to assume it is. Which now is giving her even more obligation to show up. Just like if you talk about Chris Barber will show up. Or at least that's...
No, he won't.
Well, he showed up last time. Well,
Fucking tree.
no!
Hands looking like the goddamn beast from over the garden wall, looking head ass.
No, we're getting off on another tangent. I know that's the name of the game, but it ain't the name of this game this time. Back to the stealing names so I can know who shit to fuck up.
Okay. As your spider bot, like an adorable small robot would be, is trying to pull the guest book out while this man has to stay up playing. Nah, I won't try to figure out a different way of saying pocket monster.
You could just call it Capture Beast.
Handheld. Yeah. Handheld entities.
Minimon. Boom. Done. Kaiju creatures. Tiny kaiju.
Okay. I get it, Michael.
I told you, I have pride in one thing about this show, and it is my ability to name things. I ain't gonna name shit like Tangent Talk 1, Tangent Talk the time that Lynn had a spider and threw that spider at a monkey, or Tangent Talk the time that
Wait, what?
I don't know, I'm just fucking
Wait,
spitballing.
Lynn threw a spider at a monkey?
So
Is Lynn-
so what you're saying is I invented
Lynn is
spider
the
monkeys.
secret.
No, Tim. I'm
Tim-
wanting Tim to do shit right now. We need to get the spider bot to happen, but the time that Lynn threw a spider at a monkey, no, she threw the spider at the monkey because she knew that the spider's poison would kill the monkey so that she could skin it in peace. Right, Lynn?
Huh.
Lynn would probably skin real animals, but not wear them high fat,
They're veer.
just to prove the point that they are below.
Come at me, Peter. I bet you won't.
Well, the thing is, you can still skin them after PETA euthanizes them. Yeah, I went there.
Yeah,
Yeah, it could.
Yes, I'm throwing
Then
hands
again, you can't.
at an entire.
But you could. But you could never harvest the organs after that because they're pretty much ruined.
And it depends how fast you go.
That too.
You could euthanize them, then skin them.
Or you can, yeah.
But back to
Spider-
Spider-Bot.
What about pulling out the guest name book? What are you looking up specifically? Because there's the gold package, silver package, bronze package, and then there's the platinum package.
The
Probably the platinum.
platinum package fuckers. We want to know who's on the top floor. I'm looking for like heads of state, the most expensive. I don't know, billionaire. Skylands has Forrest Lynn.
No, try to-
Lynn Forestia's
try to-
biggest billionaires. The most important people who would be pissed off if someone tiefling kicked down their door, threatened them at gunpoint, and then throw explosives in their toilets.
I would say find like a critic or something
That'd be interesting.
so that their ratings go down.
Yeah, fuck your ratings. Yeah, yeet. Houses terrorists is now part of their brand.
You see a
Destroy their
name,
property value.
and you know what? I had a funny idea. I'm gonna make this tie back into this real story.
I mean, I also feel
In case they-
like I'm just looking for important people, and I feel like important people also goes under highly esteemed. Their opinion is very valued. Hotel critics.
There is a couple of people back from the continent of Vestria, where you are from. You see a name, and roll me history.
If this character literally had anything that was the opposite of proficiency, it'd probably be maybe in history.
That's funny because you're
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Because
practically a history
buff.
major.
the character doesn't really give a shit about your human politics because Tim knows that she could take any of them in a fight any day.
Well, true, but considering the fact that our characters are just most of the time us with superpowers.
That still low key holds suit. I could probably take Putin in a fight.
I wouldn't say that.
I said maybe.
Michael,
Michael,
we like
maybe is a stretch too. Like,
Also, I got a 19.
Michael, I don't think you could wrestle me, and I am not a bear. That nigga will destroy
Okay,
bears.
Putin's a bad example, but if you were like, here's the prime minister of Venezuela, I bet I could take that guy in a fight.
No Prime Minister of Venezuela carries a gun.
Well, okay, obviously I'm not gonna give him a chance to use the gun. Fool, I ain't even gonna give you the chance. The thing is, there's several definitions of the fight. The fight could just be me in a tower with a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
That could be the fight. The fight could also be hand to hand, in which I would be highly underestimated. But enough about simply a.
Not against.
Let me toss everything in the closet,
Well,
like me.
Yeah, let's stop talking about assassinating the president of Venezuela if they have a president.
I never said assassination. You just said you were gonna fight with him. Like, bruh.
Again, I told you.
Nobody, no one
def-
said the A word.
No, well, no, I'm saying that no one
Incident?
no one, including me, put the rules of the fight. No one said the fight couldn't be me with a sniper rifle.
You with the sniper rifle versus, I don't know, the American sniper. Anyway.
The point is, I rolled a 19. Half of that was just me making a joke. I'm only mildly certain about some of what I said.
We
Okay,
know.
so what I was trying to put a point of was, so you look and see a name very familiar, well, somewhat familiar. Its name is Torin. Torin Sunscale. Last time you saw the last name Sunscale, you were looking at Lauren's last.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know it's Caitlin Crease's character Lauren's fucking relative.
Okay, so you see that he has checked out half of the rooms in the entire freaking hotel, which, by the way, holds over 500 people. Um,
The fuck?
for
Why?
the for his church.
Bitch! I wish the church would!
Oh, I thought you were sneezing. Jesus.
You know,
Yeah,
nothing would
no,
be
the only
better
person
than like
the only person that cusses and sneezes is my dad, so let's not go there.
there's nothing better than knowing that if you like were to like donate to the Catholic Church that you're just actually paying so that the Pope can get room service. That would be hilarious. People would riot.
Oh, a knife. Why is this in my room? Oh, it's because of that. Okay.
We
Wait,
will
let
talk
me.
about that later.
Okay, she wasn't done skinning the potatoes. Not because she would
Bitch,
actually.
don't even skin the goddamn potatoes, but
She's fucking skinning the potatoes to practice, not because she actually wants potato skins. And someone tried to at
but
me
yeah,
at like you can that there's
I was
vegan
opening packages, guy.
that there's like
Chill.
vegan leather that you can make out of mushrooms or potato skins, and I'm like, bitch, nobody's gonna go to the problem of skinning a potato or like ripping a mushroom apart, putting it together, pressing it into like flaps that can be sewn together later, and then putting it in an oven to make vegan leather. I doubt this will happen. But the point is,
fuck you. I'm sorry. State your point.
uh, hmm, what is her relationship with her brother?
What the heck?
Because I know that it's obviously she's part of the Nine Hells, so she either doesn't have family or hates them.
How am I supposed to move this with you?
She cares about her brother. She gives no shits about her dad
Is her
or her mother.
The question is her brother an asshole that she wants dead, or is it more like Sasuke? Is it Sasuke to Naruto or Naruto to Sasuke? And
Sasuke to Naruto.
she fucking hates him. Doesn't want him to.
No. Like Naruto, how Naruto feels about Sasuke, not the other way around.
Wants to be friends, tries hard, but it doesn't work. Okay. He's part of the church. I hear the church holds a lot of power. They probably got a lot of fucking paladins. Spits into a spittoon.
You know, you could effectively screw the church over too. Like, this hotel had the worst service ever. Wait a second. Y'all stayed at a hotel? We paid you?
Yeah. Are there any like news reporters here?
Are there any what? You cut out.
News reporters or people highly in tune with the media? I mean, I'll probably keep them alive, but I'm gonna get this like so everyone knows, including the church.
There is a critic by the name of Rob Patterson
He
staying in the room
he also
next to his.
let's go pay old Patterson a visit.
All right, as you use, are you walking there yourself, or are you still using Spider-Bot?
No, I'm gonna walk there. Wait, is he on the penthouse?
He's on the top floor.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna walk there in real life. And
So
and
you get up to.
yeah, I get up to okay, yeah, keep storytelling. I'll let you in on my plan later.
Okay, as you get up to the room itself, obviously, it's at night. You start jiggling at the handle. Door's locked.
Of course it is. Do I want to try doing sleight of hand to break in the lock? Yeah, I guess I'll try and pick the lock.
Like, you do still have these tools, and you've really been wanting to try and use those lately.
And +5 because proficiency in sleight of hand. I got a 23.
I'd hope so. You pick the lock like, bitch, lock doors. Just jiggles in your thieves' tools and unlock it and pick the lock. Lock doors don't exist with Tim around. Everyone
There
should be
are
able.
few things that can stop Tim in this world, and the can't stop under the can't stop Tim category includes locked doors.
But as you open the door, the dimly lit, it's very dimly lit by the moon, but you can see various amounts of like writing, like papers and parchment all throughout the place, like pens that look like they've been dropped out of ink, quills everywhere. As Rob Patterson is sleeping on the couch, despite paying for a penthouse suite, he is sleeping on the couch, legs thrown out, snoring like a beast.
Let's start throwing spoons at him till he wakes up. You would think it would only take a few. Do I have to roll to see how many spoons it takes?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'll just roll a d20. I got a 14. Is that how many spoons it takes, or is that how successful the first one is?
That's the first one.
Do I have to...
You throw a spoon at him, and while he's snoring with his mouth open, you kind of throw the spoon in his mouth, and it clacks against his teeth.
Oh, yeah.
So, ah! Oh! Oh! Why? Who the...
Hello.
What the... Who the fuck are you?
The name's Tim.
That's the girl's name.
It's my name, and, yeah. I feel like I have the story of a lifetime that could probably help you out, so I felt like I should pay you a visit.
Oh, another fan. Look.
No. I don't give a fuck about you. I'm here to give you a story.
Well, you sure are really persuasive in doing so.
Well, yeah, but what if it turned out that church, donation dollars were going into paying so that one of the higher ups of the church can own a penthouse suite?
Well, it depends on how the church is gonna cover it up and uses how they said they were using the money to like, because this is for negotiations. Apparently, the church is here to form negotiations of building another church up here in the Skylands. I'm here to get the scoop on everything. But
what if it turned out they bought out half the rooms in the hotel?
that would make sense because they brought a lot of people to spread the word.
Okay, well, that's interesting. Now I know things.
Yeah.
Who are they negotiating with?
They're negotiating with the... Why am I telling you this? Go get out of my room before I call you security.
I promise you that won't stop him. Because I have this pulls out gun.
Oh. I've seen those before. They have a lot of them up.
Yeah,
Think?
but from where I'm from, I invented them.
Well, since I know what that does, what do you want?
Tell me who they're negotiating with. And if I find out anything mildly important that could possibly be, like, the world's most important story, I'll be sure to give it to you.
I would like to enjoy a vacation that's paid for. All right. They're apparently talking to one the leaders of each of the Sky Islands, or the Skylands. If you ever say Skylands in front of them, or Sky Islands in front of them, they will go ballistic. They feel really proud that they coined the name Skyland. They're meeting with they're meeting with three of the Skylands leaders: a fire giant, a desert giant, one of which, and I think the last person was an imp from the jungle, but for the life of me, I don't think they showed up yet. None of them have showed up yet.
That's very interesting. Okay. Well, I mean, something you might want to investigate at your own risk. There were like gurgling and monstery plot sounding noises coming from the basement level, second door on the right. There's like a little doorstop in front of it. And, there's a giant pot in there where the noises were coming from. And normally I feel like giant pots don't make that noise, but I could be wrong. Oh well, have a nice night.
Okay, lock the door on your way out.
Oh, I will.
I don't get paid enough for that. He goes back to sleep and just starts snoring.
Is the supply closet downstairs?
It is.
Like, where those two people were flirting?
Yes, it's nearby.
Nearby, you say?
Like, it's in that hallway.
Okay. Let's go back down there.
I wonder what would Tim's like, because you know how Batman has the transition music, like, to the Batcave, da-na-na-na-na. Like, what would Tim's transition music be? Like, to the basement. Bum, 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 bum. As we cut back to Tim in the basement. The worker that, like, got outside, he's like checking around to see, and he just sees Tim. He just immediately shuts the door, like, she's still there, 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 she's still there.
So
Look,
the supply closet's in a different room.
It's in a different room.
Let's go to that room. Do.
As you made it back to, as you make it down the hall to the supply closet, it's still locked.
Nothing's locked for long.
That's not kosher.
No, I was very certain in how I said that. I feel like it is. If I said nothing's safe, then that might have been sus, but saying nothing stays locked forever. I got a 17.
Nothing stays locked around Tim. As you open up, you see a couple buckets, like a mop, a broom.
By any chance, would there be
a shit ton of things?
Obviously, there'd be cleaning supplies, but by any chance, would there be, I don't know, extra uniforms, since I'm assuming a fancy hotel would have a uniform?
Roll investigation.
Rightio.
Oh, wait, you have dark. You don't get disadvantage.
+4. I got an 11.
You said. Everything inside, despite it being like very dimly lit for your eyes, it just nothing really seems to be clicking. Like there doesn't seem to be any standout features behind anything. I don't think there's a uniform inside of there.
Hmm. So I still have spider bots in almost all those rooms. Let's have them look for uniforms. And I guess I'll just borrow Monty's stat for their investigation roll, since
Okay.
maybe all robots are created equal.
No, they're not.
I mean, I know
But-
they're not, but okay, spider bots and a Falcon Eyes may be created equal.
I don't know. Are the spider bots in Monty created equal?
I mean, like as far as eyesight goes, I guess.
I mean, like in all utility.
How did I get a lower roll? This is bullshuckery.
No sight for you.
That means I'm gonna have to knock out someone.
Ooh, Hitman 47.
Mm. Okay, I don't really want to taser anyone. I feel like I've already threatened that guy, and the guy playing his Game Boy Advance, because there's nothing wrong with Game Boy Advance, is doing nothing wrong, so I probably shouldn't taser them and steal their clothes, so that I can
Do it anyway.
cause an international incident by posing as part of the hotel staff and causing these peace talks to fall apart. So I'll just go ask that one sleepy lady in the
In the elevator.
where extra uniforms would be.
You go back into the elevator. She's just like knocked out in the corner, head leaning over. She's not snoring, but you can tell she's fasting.
I'm a poke her. I'm not gonna throw a spoon at her.
Yeah, no. Freaking for Patterson. I'm like, what's the most painful way to be woken up with a spoon? Ooh, it's like when a spoon hits your teeth by accident. That just sucks.
Yeah, pretty much.
Doesn't matter what. You poke her. You poke her face. Hang on.
Tim, roll for spoon.
No, I gotta roll.
I know, but it's like Tim, roll for spoon.
That's not something you say while someone's asleep. She kind of pokes an eye open. Why are you poking me?
I had a question as to where, I don't know, per se, extra hotel uniforms would be kept.
Sure. They're on floor 3
Th-
in the supply closet.
Thank you. Let's go there.
Okay. She vampire rises for a second to hit the button and then falls back down.
This is why, everything in D&D takes so long, is because I'm too meticulous and crafty for my own good. I probably could have just, murdered or, shot in the kneecap, but didn't quite kill Cornbread at this point, but, I'm too deep in now to stop.
Which is why we let you do your own thing separate from everything else.
Because you thought I had tangential potential, you haven't seen me come up with the plan yet. You guys have just been coming up with the plan, and or I've just been helping with the plan. If you let me come up with the plan, it would take days to do battle.
But would it not be a 100% success?
It would have been the world's most successful plan and the most efficient way to do anything and everything. Like, the Dolafrente fight, I would have had Curtis run interference in the front by just, cutting down members along with Zone because they wanted to fucking murder people, so that we could draw their attention to the front line, make them think that this was their actual attack strategy, and then enter from a different thing, and then have some people run as a secondary distraction and make it look like fake being caught when they were actually meant to be caught, so that Dolo Frente, I could tell whether or not Dolo Frente knew that we were there the entire time. And if he did catch us, then he'd be like, oh, we knew you were here the entire time. Well, we knew that you knew, so we did this. And it would have just been the best. It would have taken a long time to execute, but it would have been the best. But yeah, what happens on 3? We go to the security closet, grab some clothes.
As you go to the security closet on floor 3, the door is locked.
Fools.
A small part of me is trying to see, like, does it only work perfectly on door locks? Because, like, if it gets a 1, it might, like, if these tools might snap.
11.
Doors open.
Yeah, yeet. I guess.
You see uniform shorts and a uniform shirt hanging up in, like, how you would see them in clothing stores. Just the whole outfit right next to each other.
But what about pants?
Pants or shorts?
Now, what about not shorts?
God. They're only shorts.
Well, that's unfortunate. I guess.
Does Tim share your other thing of, like, you being afraid of wearing shorts because of how pale your legs are?
Well, that was not at all what I said. But no, Tim just, like, is very confused because Tim could hide her tail in pants. But in shorts, Tim is just stuck. So she's like, okay, well, we're doing this then. Tim puts on uniform.
You could just wrap it around your waist like a belt.
Yeah, I guess that works. Tim puts said clothes on, puts the other stuff in her, I guess, backpack drop utility belt, and goes to the top floor again.
The journey being a lot faster. The girls say, oh, you got some clothes. Cool. Top floor. She's not, like, she's barely even getting up at this point. She's kind of just, like, sleeping next to the buttons and just, like, having a small stick ready to press them because she knows that you're going to keep her up enough to keep going beyond the floors.
That's it for today. I'm not going to use the elevator anymore. Bye. By any chance, did Patterson mention what time this meeting was?
No, he did not.
Now, on one hand, I could go wake him up again. On the other hand, I could just essentially put him under surveillance of Spider-Bot since he's going to be the one covering it, and stealthily follow him so that I could ruin this event. Or I could go kick down... When we looked at the directory, do we know which one... Are they all booked under his name, or do we know exactly which one he's in specifically?
For Torin?
Yeah, Torin.
Torin's directory... no, they all have, like, for the different books of, like, from Platinum... In Platinum, there are about 4 people, one of which is Trisha, that water elf that fucked up Lauren.
Huh.
And 2 other people. Everything else from gold down to bronze, down to, like, unlisted, it's just, like, one half of a hallway.
Well, my point do we know where Torin is?
Yes, Torin's in the Platinum suite. He's the next door neighbor of Patterson.
I could walk into Patterson's again and blow a hole through the wall. But I'm not going to.
Nah, that's kidding.
Well, yeah, but that would just scatter his papers and alert everyone to what I was doing. And I'm trying to cause an international event. One does not simply get caught doing an international event. Not that knowing what Tim's doing would stop what Tim's doing, but don't worry about it. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
Do and what gonna I am gonna know what.
I mean, again, on one hand, I could just threaten Torin and so on and so forth, and cause all sorts of fights, and just threaten him, tell him that I'm part of the staff, and that Cornbread specifically was the one who told me to do this, and put me up to this, and so on and so forth.
You could.
Or I could wait till the event starts and run in like a mad woman. So many plans. I could have.
Have fun.
Why not attempt to do all of them?
I knew Lynn was like, I saw her icon come back online. I'm like, she's about to say something. I don't know. She just do all of them. Fucking called it. God owes me money now,
Interesting.
and
He
the
still owes
money I
me a
want
soul.
is time.
I mean.
Have them set up in phases.
If I could get a heavenly bank account where every time I mess up, I get a redo. Like, I get the chance to redo, but after I've seen the outcome, I don't get a chance to redo it after that. Because I feel like that's fair. Like, if your whole life goes to crap after one bad event, you can't redo it. But if that bad event happens at that moment, you get to redo it.
Let's go talk to Cornbread, but we're gonna take the stairs because Sleepy Elevator Lady has had enough. Back to the basement.
Roll stealth.
Wait, never mind. Gotta roll stealth. What the hell is my stealth stats? It's a 5, you say? God damn it. Tim really sucks at this whole stealth thing, which makes it even more confusing that she's been a criminal for like.
She was never a stealthy criminal.
I mean, yeah, but I'm like, the thing is, like on her character sheet, she has proficiency in stealth.
Yet she still fails her stealth checks?
Yeah.
Now that is an interesting character.
Like, I'm proficient in stealth, but never passes the stealth check.
Huh. That kind of just sucks.
Okay, does someone try catching me on the way there again? I mean...
No, instead of you just sliding down the guardrail, it's like, okay, I'll just be really fast, and then you just... It's like if Zenobia ever tried to walk on stone floors.
Oh, you would just hear clippity-clop, 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 and
You
then the
just
sound
hear,
of
like,
skinning.
really loud.
The sound...
Yes.
Skinning sounds increase.
Well, not skinning.
I didn't know skinning had a sound. I just know
Well, it
that
depends.
scream.
Is it still alive? Is it still alive when you skin it?
Yeah.
Oh, then it definitely
obviously.
has a sound.
Well, yeah, that's it screaming, but the act of skinning has no sound.
Yeah, it does.
It does. Bippity-bop-bop-bop.
It probably isn't
Wow.
like a very loud sound, like, I don't know, having a fight between a nutcracker and the world's hardest pecan. That would have a sound, but like, skinning sounds would have a sound.
How would you know something's the world's strongest pecan without testing it?
Because when you put it in a nutcracker, it cracks the cracker.
But would that still make it the world's hardest? Like,
no, it also has muscle
I-
tissue. Of course I meant that way.
Like, if I like drop like a 300-ton block of metal and it
Wait,
still doesn't crack it, then maybe it is the world's strongest.
Okay, my point is, if you put it in
it
a
was
nut-
an
if you
analogy.
put it
Just
in a
leave it.
I
nutcracker,
get it.
and then you put that nutcracker in a vice grip and put like a ton of force, that the cracker would break.
Lynn, I just like seeing him do this.
The point is, what happens? Do I get there okay or what?
As you were as you were clocking through the staircase, you just hear a bunch of screams like of yelling "shut up" from the various rooms because you're loud enough where they can hear
Can
you.
I do a stealth check where I attempt to go back to some grinding rails?
Yes.
Where's the lettuce?
I got a 22.
It's either one or the other.
I like how I make the joke that in real life my special ability is mediocrity. I never suck at anything and I'm never particularly good at anything. In D&D, it's the exact opposite. I either
You're good at
excel or
everything.
I suck, but I never do anything meh.
Well, congratulations. You're never boring.
I'm flamboyant.
Damn straight.
Okay, now they can stop saying shut up.
It's like, shut up. It's just like, sorry. You start sliding down back to the basement. As you made it down to the basement floor, I'm sorry, we got a tangent. What were you going there for?
To talk to Cornbread.
Ah, I feel like you've done enough damage that he's noticed. So you turned off the lights.
Yee. This is all your fault. You do realize that, right?
I'm not letting you take garage.
Are you sure about that? I would reconsider after I point out I know all about your special guests.
I don't care. This is their last night.
I mean, do you really hate me that much? They couldn't just let me have the garage?
I don't hate you. I can't hate you if I don't know you. However, I do find you very annoying and very persistent.
So you want me to die?
I don't wish for you to die. What is it with you women and always twisting men's words?
Oh, you have no idea. I haven't twisted any words. I'm just trying to make sure that we have crystal clear understanding. And also, I will have you know that I'm a Tim. Not this woman's you speak of.
But you know what? I don't care what the kids are doing nowadays. No, absolutely not.
I mean, you couldn't let me just borrow the garage. What do you even use this place for anyway?
I use this place for my experiments.
Well, then I'm sure a person like you could deal with someone who could definitely benefit from the help of a superior scientific mind.
I don't need it. He pulls out a large, no, not a large. It's a small. It's like a medium-sized piece of wood. It's about 4 feet long. I don't need it. As he tries to throw it on the ground, but it doesn't hit the ground.
He made a fucking hoverboard.
Yes,
Mm.
with spare tools in his garage.
Oh, ooh, look at me. I'm fancy special. I made a hoverboard. Oh, da 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 da. You see, the problem is,
Huh.
science isn't necessarily just the discovery. It's what you do with it. You made a fucking hoverboard. And you're just a hotel manager.
Life's not fair, kid.
Yeah, but the thing is, you could not let life dictate your stature in life by taking your inventions and making something with them. Like, if you have the intelligence and strength of mind to create a fucking hoverboard, then why the fuck would you just sit there idly and play second fiddle to some bigwig who doesn't give a fucking shit if someone walked in and took a piss on your head, because for all he cares is about fancy people and the reputation of his hotel. He doesn't give a shit if they treat you like shit. He doesn't care if you would have to, like, fire you to keep his reputation. You could fucking take your life in your own goddamn hands, grow a fucking pair, and stop being a little bitch and do something with your life. But instead, you're okay playing cleanup. You're okay being the guy to apologize when the sous chef doesn't remember how to make a fucking casserole.
Roll persuasion. Now this is where things get interesting.
I got a 9. All the charisma modifiers in the world don't matter if the last roll you got was a 22.
It really doesn't.
Oh well.
That's funny.
I mean, even if I don't persuade him this time, I could I mean, now I just feel bad for him. What I was gonna do is the reason I was saying, oh, you hate me, oh, you're gonna kill me, is so that I could just mix that word together and do a sound recorder saying that he hates the special guest and this is gonna be their final night because he hired me to kill them. So that I could blackmail him or just have him take the fall for me causing an international event. But now I just feel bad for the guy and don't want to use him to take the fall for me.
Look, you're right. I work for a big league who honestly couldn't give a shit if I live or died, as long as I do my job. But it's because it's my job that I appreciate. Look, I might have been able to create, what did you call it?
A hoverboard.
A hoverboard. Thank you. I might be able to create a hoverboard. I might have been able to create this. You see, like, to the left of you, 2 big green eyes as, like, open up as, like, you see a Warforged in development, like, that's still struggling to speak. Like, it could probably talk to Monty, but it probably can't it can't speak common. I've been trying to repair him for a while, but the only place I can keep him in is here, and there's nowhere else to fit him. So, yeah, my job sucks, and my boss is an asshole. But you know what? There's something I still love. I love taking care of people. I love making sure that everyone has the best time as they're away from home,
Then
where we can still call this place somewhere where I can exist and still feel like, wow, I want to go back there. Not for the money or for the fame. I don't give a shit about any of that. That's why I'm an inventor in a garage. I'm doing this because what I want to do in life is to help others.
for a genius, you're a fucking idiot.
Maybe so.
You do realize that there's a huge market for the ability to make, I don't know, medical degree, like, medical technology. There's billions of dollars in it, and you'd be helping people who's, I don't know, had legs be able to walk again. Or what if people, instead of having to roll around in a wheelchair and be physically incapable of doing anything for themselves, they sat on something that hovered so that if they ever had to get a cookie from the top shelf, they would just be able to simply adjust the altitude for themselves. Do you know how much the, like, delivery industry would pay for the ability to essentially cast Riker's Flying Circle, whatever the fuck it's called, without using a single degree of mana? If non-magical characters could suddenly start zipping around, do you know how much the mail industry would pay for that shit? Billions! You're a fucking
Okay.
idiot.
out of character. What the fuck did you just call it? Ryder's flying circle?
I don't know what the fuck it's called. The spell that serves.
Pincer's floating disc.
Ah, same fucking thing.
I was like, he just gave it a synonym. He fully synonymed the name without knowing what it was. And I'm like, that's so glorious. It's because I'm like, I know what you're talking about. That's hilarious, but I can't laugh right now. I gotta. Okay. That was funny. Look, building stuff is just a hobby. I know no one's willing to pay for this
You're
stuff.
a fucking idiot. Shut up. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna cause maybe just a little bit too much chaos. What's your fucking boss's?
More than you already have.
Oh yeah, definitely. What's your boss's name again?
Mr. Richter.
Richter.
Al Richter.
Huh. That's kind of an interesting name. And when I'm
It's
done,
mainly because I said fuck you, Smash.
and when I'm done,
Yeah.
it would probably be a better idea because this entire hotel will probably get shut down, so you should probably not work here anymore. Whoops. Go to the nearest hospital. Find a doctor that you feel like is a good guy, you know, of character, not a fucking asshole, and tell him that you have the ability to give people who can't walk anymore the ability to walk again. And you show them your fucking
Or float.
hoverboard and tell them, show them your fucking hoverboard and tell them that anyone who can't walk anymore can now fly or float. And if he doesn't like that, and if he's an asshole, you tell him to fuck you, and you go find, like, literally...
You mean off?
that too. I mean...
Wait, Lynn, what did you say?
She's, like, trying to correct the fact that I said say fuck you, because there's people who say fuck you, not fuck off, but you could use both. And, like... Heck, start your own business delivering people using flying circles that don't require magic to power them.
Roll persuasion.
Let's try this again.
You're probably gonna pass this time.
Well, you jinxed me. And that's why I got a
Let's see,
21.
what does Maurice have to say?
I got a 21.
Ooh, good job, Lynn. She's got the strategy down.
I'm like a black cat. Depending on which place you are, I'm having bad luck or good luck.
Well, no, I mean, I already knew that I was probably going to pass it, but I was saying you're not doing me favors by saying. Because everyone knows, because, like, with me, it's, you do a good roll, that's like a 20-something, a bad roll, that's like a 7. Good roll, bad roll, an 11, which is kind of meh, and then you go back to good roll, bad roll. So I was like, there's no way I'll fail it twice in a row.
Knock on wood, because you could have just jinxed yourself then.
I'm knocking on
I'm knocking on wood.
That sounds like someone running up the stairs coming to kill you.
No.
That sounded like what Tim sounded like going down the stairs.
And now, a stylish reenactment. Oi, fuck you, stop that, it's right early in the morning. Hey, fuck you, I'm just trying to walk down some stairs. No, fuck you, I'm trying to sleep. Fine, I'll get on the fucking railing, you fuck.
honey, it's not that big a deal. No!
I came here for my vacation because I was tired of the fucking trains going by my house right early in the morning when I'm trying to sleep. And it followed me here. Fuck you. Hey, I'm sorry, I just failed my stealth check. You fucking what? Well, I'll be... You know what? You're right. That is loud and very inconsiderate. I'm gonna leave. But also fuck you. Right then.
Well,
But fuck you too. Stylish reenactment. Also, my stairs are carpet. It would not fucking sound like that. Also, since I'm playing with a box cutter and nunchucks, I feel like it would be a bad idea for someone to try and fucking murder me right now.
That is not the ideal combination. No.
Like, I dare them. I kind of dare them at this point. Like, I'm not very good with nunchucks, but I could throw the nunchucks at them while I charge them with the box cutter. And I promise you, I could do some damage with the box cutter. Also, I had a really bad idea for Tim's next weapon. It's just like,
Okay, Michael, you brought a box cutter, and I immediately started thinking of Nora. Remember that one kid that tried to use a box cutter?
yeah.
That was.
So you know the like trapezoidal razor blade?
Mm-hmm.
I had a really like probably Zenobia's favorite weapon out of all of Tim's weapons. It's just a railgun that shoots razor blades.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Like, I'm not.
She still has yet to actually pick a weapon, though.
Yeah, I really have. I've
Imagine
just been using magic at this point. and
Imagine
hoping.
like how much it would hurt to be hit with a razor blade in the eye, going the speed of sound.
You die.
Yeah, you'd probably
That's
die. It
amazing.
would probably get in your brain, but if it hit you in a non-vital point, it would fucking suck. I feel like I should probably go take my dog out. We've been doing this for like almost 3 hours.
Is Lynn okay? Caitlin is asking.
She will be
I'm
once
okay.
she gets a razor blade railgun.
Hey, it lasted for like maybe 30 seconds this time. I'm good.
Yeah, you normally die for longer.
Yeah, that's because I thought of something that wasn't that funny, so.
This is why I'm always afraid of Lynn being around Michael. Michael will actually kill Lynn. And he won't even need to raise a finger.
I'm serious. If I die by laughter, I will haunt the person that caused it. Because
Michael will be okay with the company. So, but see, Michael also said if like he dies, he would haunt me, and so you would haunt him while haunting me. So I would probably just have the two of you in my head, and no, absolutely not, because we already made jokes of like Michael just going like he would just be poking my shoulder like, hey, Jalen, 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 Jalen. What? Mr. Simmons, do we need to escort you outside? No, Professor, I'm sorry. Very good.
I'd probably just knock all your stuff off your desk.
I'm always listening, and Tiffany over there in the third row thought you were a bitch.
It's okay. She's a thought. She sleeps with the professor to make sure that she gets all of her grades up. But the
Yikes.
professor's a woman. She's a bisexual. Oh,
I
that
already
is.
know these things. I'm a ghost. That shit was whack. When I saw her grade book.
Bitch.
Like, you'd start explaining that she sleeps with a professor to make sure her grades are up, and it would be like, bruh, I already saw her grades. I already fucking do that. Like, how the fuck else do you think she got a 95 in this fucking class? It's astro fucking physics. Like,
Oh god. Okay. Whoa.
so,
That was new.
sounds like Lynn just
Did
did
you snort cocaine?
I was about to say the same thing. Lynn, did you just
Wait, what?
Lynn, did you just do a line of cocaine and see God?
You just started sniffing. Just like, that's new.
You literally went,
She just-
oh, that was weird. Like, it sounded like you just did cocaine and then saw God.
I was like, wait. Did you do cocaine? See, a couple questions went through my head. Did she just do cocaine? Did she just do cocaine so much that she saw something new? How often does Lynn do cocaine?
Well, you,
When does Lynn do cocaine? How much cocaine does Lynn have on her?
my,
These are questions that started going through my head as soon as I heard you say
my
it.
next question
Wait.
after you answer all those questions is, who does Lynn do cocaine with?
And she doesn't share? Very rude.
No. I laughed tried to breathe and my heart stopped for all of 5 seconds.
That doesn't sound very healthy.
That's weird.
I feel like now I'm no doctor. I only have a proficiency in medicine, and I haven't been through like a ton anatomy yet. But I get the feeling between 7th and 9th grade biology that the heart isn't supposed to stop. But that's just a theory, a medical theory.
Wait a second. They do? Huh. And why was that the first asked question?
Wait, what?
I typed in do penguins and they pulled up the very question I was trying to ask, but I was very surprised that was the first thing people would ask. Do penguins have knees?
Yeah.
Dang, because I was about to start calling Lynn the penguin, but I'm like, oh no, they have knees. Lynn doesn't.
Yeah, why do you
I mean,
need
the only reason.
to ask?
Wow.
Boom.
Wow. That's
Because
a
I
very
wanted to
low
see
blow.
if I could start giving Lynn animal nicknames.
Well, no, but my thing is, there wasn't a low. It was
Essentially,
a low blow towards
essentially, you
penguins.
could call me a manatee. I like to
But
swim,
manatees are
but I
ugly.
just float.
I want to make a manatee launcher because I feel like the word manatee is kind of funny.
That's rude to the manatee.
They'll be fine.
Don't do that. No, leave the manatees alone.
Wait. Does it shoot manatees or does it look like a manatee?
It looks like a manatee. It shoots energy
Oh,
That's
okay.
not nearly as
projectiles.
bad as shooting manatees.
It's
Okay,
an
I
energy
thought you were shooting
projectile
manatees.
that looks like a manatee. It's an energy projectile
I'm okay
that
with
shoots
that.
manatees.
Manatee time.
You know how fucking hilarious it would be to just turn around with it like
It's
a crazy
manatee.
a crazy tiefling looking at you, and then you just see like a blue energy projectile that kind of looks like a manatee fly straight at you, then explode. That'd be fucking hilarious. You'd lose your shit.
Just shooting manatees. Honestly, I think like during the final battle of the campaign, I would just like to see how many animals Kim attacked with. How many animal-based weapons are we gonna see by the end of this story? Because that is truly interesting.
Yeah, turns out Tim's ultimate attack is just going to be called Menagerie.
No, Caitlin, this is not the floor that Cersei and Keith are on.
Do you think they could pay for the premium package, the platinum package, when Lauren already bought half the fucking place out? Fucking selfish ass
What
bastard.
Torin bought half the place out, and Keith could only get silver package because he's mid-tier, baby.
I mean, it would be kind of funny to, like, I don't know, go to the person who beat the shit out of Lauren, and I don't know, haunt their dreams or some shit, for shits and giggles. Like, I almost want to do it.
Just like set the temperature in her room to extremely hot.
What, Trisha?
Yeah.
To watch her evaporate and
that
stuff?
bitch.
You know, I'm gonna have to say no to that, and by no, I mean hell.
I mean, I could leave a cup, like... Oh, I know what I could do. Leave a spider bot in her room and a cup next to her bed with a, like, a note. So I'm gonna taser her so that she's got a pain in her side, and she's gonna wake up and be like, what the fuck was that? And the cup is just gonna say, I took a drink, bitch. And she's gonna sit there, and I'm gonna see if I can persuade her into thinking I actually took a drink of her. Because she's a fucking water spirit. And then, like, the backside of the note is just, you need to get purified, bitch. You taste like lead. So now I'm asking DM, Mr. DM, who's essentially god of this world, how effective would that be?
You know what? I hate the bitch too. Let's do it.
Yeah! Okay. Okay.
How does one make a taco salad without lettuce?
You don't have to use lettuce to make a salad.
Well, yeah, but she said taco salad. I don't know.
You don't need lettuce in either tacos nor salad.
Yeah,
It's just disappointing.
I mean,
But lettuce has no nutritional value. There's no point.
It doesn't have to be nutritional if it has texture.
my point is, you say that's disappointing to not have lettuce, but you would be more disappointed if they used kale instead. So I would just stop.
I would be blowing up and decimating an entire country if I got kale for a salad.
Which is why I'm saying you would just be more disappointed, so you should just be content with no kale.
I guess it was either this or asparagus. So I guess no.
Ooh, asparagus absop. Fucking not.
What if I made
Alright.
a piece of asparagus that can turn into a spear and called it asparagus?
Interesting.
But seriously,
Well, it is technically long enough to be a spear. Like, if we were gonna go by food format.
Yeah,
well, now my point is, can we just say that part with
just how like carrots can substitute bullets if you round up, if you sharpen the ends.
and freeze them?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just say that part with Trish happened because we're already kind of going on too long, and I really want to just finish this up.
Yeah, it's 5.
When we start the next edition
Section.
of D&D, you're gonna tell you're gonna tell people to watch this because it has stuff pertinent to D&D. But we're just gonna start off by you need to act out the effect it had on
Just-
Trish. When she
Just
wakes
have
up.
screaming.
You need to act that out so that everyone can hear. And then everyone's going to be like, Tim, what did you do? And I'm going to explain to them, for those who probably, most of them, who didn't watch this. Okay, so, that happened. Now, I guess now we start with the big potatoes. And we go to whatever the fuck the brother's name is.
Torin.
Yeah, that. I guess I have to roll because he's probably dumb enough to keep his door locked.
Yes, he was dumb enough to keep his door locked.
Fucking idiot. It's just such a mild
Give you-
inconvenience. Oh, Tim got an 8. Wow, I might actually have to try again.
Yeah, you try to pick the lock, and it feels like the gears tumbling locks just kind of retumbled. Try again.
I feel like with a lock pick, you'd probably be able to try well, I meant to hit +5, but I kind of hit +3, but I got a nat 20, so I would have had a 25. So yeah, we're just gonna go with that bitch unlocked.
Yeah, bitch is unlocked.
Fucking locked bitches. Now the question is, do I surprise attack him while he's in his sleep? Do something flamboyant to wake him up? Or all of the above?
I don't know, chat. What do you think?
All of the above.
Because if
You
I...
got one vote.
What are you looking for?
I see. Wow. As soon as. So yeah, I don't know, chat. What do you think? Ig drops from 4 to 3. Wait,
It's back to 4 again.
that's. I was about to say, you also hoes. If-
I can definitely tell that viewer was male, because if it was female, normally they just enjoy being asked about their opinion. And that could be considered... Shut up,
Yeah.
Lucy. That could be considered throwing hands at half... That could be considered throwing hands at half of the human population. But Lynn, don't lie to me and tell me that you would not... Don't tell me that you would be offended if someone asked your opinion.
A girl.
Depends on the topic.
That has to be a male because there's no girl that would want to hear their. Oh, shut up, Lucy. No one asked for yours.
Oh, we're back down to 3. Well, no one's saying anything, so I guess I'll just go with my own plan.
And Lynn's dying again.
For a sec, I thought that was Lynn, and then I realized those were animal noises. I was like, huh, what does this tell me about how I view Lynn? As capable of animal noises, I guess.
Oh. Oh.
Okay.
Uh,
I mean, she told me to keep him alive, but that doesn't mean that just means he has to survive. I could blow his bed up and see what happens.
True.
Because even if the explosion happens, if it's under his bed, he's a fucking dragon. He should only be mildly damaged and startled by his bed exploding.
Thing is, though, if you wake him up out of his sleep enough, he could suffer a heart attack or just like insta die.
Okay. So you know how they always have that closet that has that like extra sheets?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm going off of my knowledge of hotels. So you know how they have nightstands, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go put a sheet draped across one nightstand to the other nightstand across him. Do I have to roll for stealth?
Yeah.
Oh no. If
Oh
this
no!
doesn't work, I'm gonna be so pissed off.
Let's see what happens.
Boy.
Dun, dun, dun. Wait, do we have Rhythm Bot here? Can we like start playing? I was like, can we start playing music?
16, is that enough?
That's enough. That would have been hilarious. That was the greatest thing ever. Just oh.
Okay, and then I'm gonna put a glass of water on each end of the bed sheet that's on each side of the nightstand, and then I'm gonna pull out a knife out of the box of daggers, and I'm gonna put one across, on like laying across the top of each cup. Now I'm gonna pull out my ingot of cesium, cut off a few chunks, and put them each on the daggers so that they don't fall in. However, anyone moves the sheet too much, because there's no slack that he can sit up in bed, but if he were to try and stand up, it would push the cesium into the water and it would explode on either side of him. Is there any windows?
There is one big window leading to a balcony to the right of the bed. Like if you were on the bed, it's to the right. But in the room, it's straight ahead of you.
Okay. I mean, I could jump out the window as my escape route and nix it.
You're gonna nix it?
I could nix it, because I have a grappling gun and Monty. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna prepare one. Are there any chairs in the room?
There are a couple chairs. There's two in the opposite corners, like in the top left side of the room and the bottom left side of the room. There are chairs.
Okay, I'm gonna grab a chair, and to one of the chair legs, I'm going to fasten it using, a screwdriver and screws, because that is the kind of person Tim is, to have power tools on her at all times. Fasten a smoke grenade to said chair, and the ring to activate it, or so on forth, because it works by burning highly flammable material. I'm going to tie a piece of wire to. So now Tim is going to put the back of the chair towards the sleeping dude, and the forward if you're sitting in it normally, or back if the case of how Tim's sitting in it with the back towards him, is where the smoke bomb is, and there's a string to it that is in Tim's hand, but is obscured from sight by the front of the chair. Okay, now we're ready to start. I guess throw a spoon at Toriel to wake him up. And I got an 8. Do I have to try again?
You poke him and you just hear like steam and smoke pop out of his nostrils. He's not really responding to you.
I got an 8 again. Apparently I'm the luckiest person alive when it comes to rolling 8s right now.
As you poke him again, Trisha starts waking up.
Oh, she's in the room too?
Yes.
Oh, well I wish I would have known that from the beginning.
She starts
Is
getting
she
up
the
and she's
same
like,
bed as him?
yes.
Ah, okay, well that's whatever, because the sheet's over both of them, because I just draped it over the bed. I guess, even though I'm poking Torin, she's waking up. Tim rolled a 1.
She's not waking up to look at you. She's just like
Moving.
she's coming off of Torin and just like waving her hand over his nostrils to like put the smoke and steam out.
Well, still asleep?
She's still asleep. It's like that half-ass motion, like you're like when you're turning off the lights or you're going to the bathroom. Like you're still asleep. You're just doing the motor functions you know are necessary.
Okay, well, let's try this one more time. Seriously, Maurice does not like the spoons today.
He liked the first spoon.
You're finally an 18! Eesh, that took a while.
You pass.
Yay.
How you gonna do?
Wake up, you fuck.
Who the hell are you?
Oh, don't worry about it. The point is, I would not move too much. You're kind of maybe attached to a bomb that might explode if you tried to attack me. So, I would just sit up in bed and, like, chill.
He has like his sword drawn. Just what do you want?
Well, you see, the thing is, I'm an assassin sent by the owner of this hotel to take you out. Turns out he isn't really into your church or whatever. Must be a heathen or something. But I'm kind of a person of opportunity, you know. Just figured that it might be a better idea to perhaps clue you in on this while still leaving the opportunity to do my job, you know. But, you know, I could per se be persuaded to not just, you know, end you right here and right now.
He thinks to himself, just looking left. He puts down his sword underneath his bed. All right, what do you want?
Oh, well, you see, my problem is I'm very indecisive and, you know, mildly...
How can you be an opportunist and be indecisive?
Sometimes I have trouble deciding what opportunity to go for. That's why I need persuasion. And I can't really think of anything off the top of my head. Him tosses him an orange. But, you know, keep this with you, and when it comes to me, you know, you'll know.
Roll me perception.
He's gonna try some shit, I feel like. Yeesh, my perception's not all that high. You'd think someone like that would be very perceptive. And my last roll was uh, uh, 18, so now I just feel like I'm gonna get hit with a straight 12.
You got a 12. You hear water trickling.
I'm assuming that's his waifu.
Yeah.
I wouldn't try anything either. Water sprite, like, I really don't want to have to physically assault you on a physical level, but I could. And I just told you I wasn't gonna kill anyone today, so, like, could you just simmer down for me?
She, like, you see, like, a puddle in the bed, but you just see, like, a form of a water arm just, like, holding up a dagger. Just drops the dagger. Just. And then, without, like, a form, it's doing the I'm watching you movement with, like, 2 fingers to eyes. Just.
Okay, splishy splashy. Yeah, I get it, I get it. You think you're big and bad and you could hurt the mean old assassin. And it's really a cute sentiment, to be honest. Yeah, so I guess, enjoy the rest of your night. Probably won't enjoy it knowing the hotel you're in is owned by someone who probably wants to hurt you or something. I mean, I would come to you with some more concrete evidence, but you know how them rich types are with the secrecy? I couldn't get the sound recording.
But wait, which are you using the manager's name or are you using the owner's name?
The owner's name.
Al Richter.
Yeah, that Richter guy, he really doesn't seem to be a fan of your whole expansion into his territory kind of thing. He feels like people might spend like more time at church than they do with the rest of his businesses. And he had us meet at a waterfall, so the sound recording that I tried to get, so that I could get you that extra persuasion, it didn't really come out all that well. So, yeah, but don't let it, like, stop your very restful sleep. These beds do look very comfortable. But yeah, bye. Stands up out of chair, pulls the string so that the smoke grenade goes off, and, walks out the door.
He's trying to use perception. You smell like wait. You smell like someone I know.
Well, you see, the thing is, I'm kind of a people person, so I know a lot of people.
No, like someone someone very, very familiar.
I mean, I know people, my employer knows people, my assistants know people, the guy in the van knows some people. Everybody knows some people.
But you know Dragonborn people.
I also know some other cups of water, like your waifu over there.
She's flipping you off.
Okay. I mean, simmer down, Spout, but yeah. Oh, well, have fun with that. Leaves through the door.
So, they're just talking. Do we just slide out of bed? Do we stand up?
I just like the image of Tim doing nothing about the bomb. I mean, to be honest, it wasn't, like, enough cesium to actually cause an explosion of, like, considerable amount. It was more like enough of a chunk to do, like, a flashbang. Well, like, make some noise, make some light.
as you leave and head out. Where are you going now?
Well, I suppose like, maybe I should do something about that bomb. Yeah, I guess before I leave, right before I open the door, I go, oh yeah, and grab both the chunks of cesium and pocket them. And the knives. We're keeping the knives. We're not giving her free daggers. She's already got enough daggers on her own.
Okie doke. Is that how you're gonna end your little hotel adventure?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna go back down to the via the stairs. Gonna go back down to the basement and crawl into the rafters in the garage.
You hear a bunch of beeps. I know you're there, kiddo.
Yeah, but you know, one loses
You know what?
one loses the energy to to try and be stealthy when you just put the biggest organization biggest organization related to religion at the throats of the. I'm assuming your guys' most eligible bachelor billionaire, or the guy who owns this hotel, and you kind of just put them at odds to the point where they could try to murder each other.
Well, I guess that means I better find a new job.
Yeah, one that, you know, doesn't have you sucking shit.
Well, guess that means I won't be here long. Go ahead, you can use the garage.
They changed the voice actor. That's
On.
shit.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, if you do become a big fancy medical engineer, chances are they'll give you your own laboratory
How?
of infinite size and infinite funds to fix your Warforged over there. But that's probably only definitely going to happen since, you know, hoverboards would only be super important.
I guess you can move your chimera in here.
Hey.
Ashton, open the garage door. The Warforged starts moving very rustically as it lifts the garage door opener to just be greeted.
The Chimera's just asleep at the gate.
What would you even name it?
No idea, I haven't named it yet. Again, I take great pride in my ability to name chimeras. Not specifically chimeras, but everything. So it's gonna take some time. But, yeah, also, before we end this story, one, throw a lemon to, not a lemon, an orange spybot to, cornbread.
You know, I kind of want to make his name his last name be Roll or Biscuit, just to be it's okay to call me Cornbread. Just something else that you'd have at a dinner table, a dinner breads. But he takes the spider. He takes the orange
You could name him Cut, just Mr. Cut, last name Cut, C-U-I-T, Biscut.
Or I can name him Yeast.
That's the yeast of your problems now. Fucking bread-based enemies are the best. You aren't ready for that, because the fire below...
Glad that just caught me off guard. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, I'm not trying to fall.
I bet you weren't ready for that. That fire below you is the yeast of your problems now.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Don't be such a sourdough.
I was just slowly falling off the top bunk. So, hey.
What if your bunks branched out sideways? Like it goes straight up and then straight out, so there's 3 bunks.
Well, then why would you stop there and just make a 4-bunk bed?
Right.
Or like a 5-bunk bed where it's One bunk is the bottom bunk, another bunk above it, then there's 3 on top, and
No.
then a second one
No.
down, so it just makes a bridge.
A pyramid bunk?
No. So it like makes an upside down U shape.
That doesn't seem safe.
Maybe. Depends upon who builds it. If Tim built it, it'd be perfectly fine. Probably have like pyrotechnics or some shit. Like fireworks.
I'll let you know what, Michael, write that down.
Pyrotechnic beds or quintuple bunk bed?
Your quintuple bunk bed idea.
Yeah, if you had quintuplets, I think it would be pretty interesting to have them have to fight for hierarchy.
Wait, you just give this to moms who have. That's such a very small and very specific market.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
have,
but
like,
you'd still
five-
make a lot of money because then you have people who own daycares and things like that. So you
but
wouldn't
you're
be
not allowed
marketing
to
just
keep
to moms.
the kids.
Well, yeah, but like, what if for nap time you didn't
Yeah.
have to worry about not having a floor space? So for the adventurous kid, there's 3 bunks on top, and for the kids who are more scared of heights or shyer, they have the bottom bunk.
I think that would make a lot of money at camps, though.
Maybe.
Okay, but he grabs the orange, is like,
Don't you joke stealing my idea now,
Into
cornbread, or otherwise I'm gonna have to track you down and butter you up with death. Because butter jokes. And Tim starts sentences, goes, "This is a bad sentence," and then saves it by murder. Because cornbread.
You're definitely an interesting one.
No, but seriously, don't steal that idea or I'll have to murder you.
All right.
I'll put a bomb in,
I like to use my own ideas anyway.
I'll put a bomb in your coffee.
My coffee is already the bomb. And with that, you all go to bed.
I figured that that's what he was gonna say. God damn.
I know. Just because you can predict it doesn't mean it's still not somewhat funny.
Point.
Well, I guess now we do the credits
Who the-
and then say au revoir. So if anyone has any, like,
Au revoir.
fucking Frenchie.
Hat. Wow.
Cajun. You're racist.
I mean, I'm talking about, like, the language and the ability to speak it. Not being from the country of France. But, like,
Hey, wait, Lynn, you want to come with me and Jonas to Paris next year?
Yeah.
All right, bet. Okay.
I can visit my aunt. Yes.
yeah, but don't explain how you got there.
She
Don't
won't
explain.
care. She'll just be happy to see me.
Statistically, it was bound to happen at some point.
Well, you see, I was playing darts with a portal gun, and I was bound to get to France eventually.
That's an interesting way to get there. Holy shit! Incineroar's body slams kill people. Like, that's the funniest way I think I've seen me body slam. Like, I've always wanted to body slam my child, but that right there, that was it, Chief.
Anyone have any, like, declarations of war and so on and so forth to do while I type up the credits?
Okay,
I have a
Michael,
declaration of war against humanity.
they'll win.
Well, yeah, but you don't
They
tell them. It's supposed to be a surprise. If you tell them, then they're gonna prepare.
Here's the thing. They don't know what to prepare for.
I mean, yes, they do.
Prepare for a 4'10", very small Cajun black girl whose eyes are terrible and her legs are even worse.
Who should get the wacky credit this time?
I'll let our guest get it.
No, I mean, Lynn has already got one, but I like.
Yeah, you're right. Screw it.
I'm
No, you let Lynn
I'm
get it.
deciding between putting
Oh wow.
Elevator Girl as the real OG
Yes.
or
She
Cornbread
was
as
the
a
OG.
loaf of cornbread.
I can't wait to just like give them names later, and then possibly like ask someone to draw this scene. I should get my friend who did the Locket commission for me to like, can you like just draw this one scene in particular for me?
What, like, essentially have Tim, like, just sitting around in the rafters with her, like, legs kicked out and hands behind her head while, like, talking to Cornbread while he's, like, tinkering?
Or just like Tim like hitting a button on the elevator while Elevator Girl is just like asleep in the corner.
Well, there we go. The real OG Elevator Girl. There we go. Done. Sorry that I kind of may or may not have accidentally made you jobless. Can't be here to everyone.
Also, Michael, would you like me to get them to draw Tim?
Yeah, probably
And
since.
you just want me to like I need you to just give me a basic idea of what Tim would look like.
Oh god, now I actually have to come up with like. I feel like.
Start with height.
I don't know, I think I said like
Yeah.
5'7" or 5'6". Just average height.
Because I would try to get like, but I know Lynn liked her art, so I'll let Lynn draw her own character if she wants. I just
Art
wanted
is
to be
like
like,
high key trash. I can never stay with the same art style.
I mean, at least you have
I,
a
Would you
sense
prefer
of
I
me
style.
to-
literally had one of my friends draw her for me and then just colored it because I suck.
would you rather me get like my artist who does commissions to do this now?
I mean, you can just so I can see how that
How it
would
might
go.
look on someone else?
Yeah.
I like how the most viewership we've had in a while has just been because we did D&D the entire time.
Because D&D is amazing.
I mean, yeah, but this is...
Look, Stranger Things got 3 seasons just because they won't shut up about it.
Like,
I think there's a formula here.
my point is that I'm joking is that, like, this is a podcast of nerd culture where it's like talks about video games and not that many people care. Talks about anime, not that many people care. Fucking roll me a d20 and do a fucking stealth check. Now everyone shows up.
Now imagine if we had the entire cast here, and we all know that Leia would probably tell her friends.
We would
We
have
got Leia telling.
we would have gotten right past the first decision just now.
Yeah.
3 hours and 45 minutes in, we would have just decided whether or not to turn left or to turn right. And if it's a decision like turn left or turn right, Tim wouldn't even have been talking about it. So everyone else combined, we would have probably gotten past like turn left or right once, maybe twice if we're lucky.
Or y'all would have been fighting over which door to enter when we first started.
Can Jaden add...
True.
Why do you keep calling him Jaden?
Yeah, I'm like, I saw that before, and I was like, you know what? Just don't say anything. It's not fair. It's not like they might not know how to spell your name. That's not fair. You can't be pissed at people because they can't spell your name.
Well, yeah, but how does...
But
I mean, you could, but it wouldn't.
I
have
normally
considered.
am, but normally it's because they misspelled Jalen.
Also, I will point out that I literally typed out Jalen, I believe correctly, when doing the credits in stream. So
You did.
I
You typed it
feel like
correctly.
it should be impossible to misspell it at that point when someone spells it for you. But then again, I've been telling myself it's impossible that even though you tell people constantly how to pronounce E-login, even though when you look at it, it's super hard, but the second you hear the letter E, the term log, as in a piece of wood, in as an opposite of out, that would be virtually impossible to forget that. But the second they see the YL that starts my name, they panic and go,
Now Jacob's like, sorry, I didn't know it's too small to say the credit. Yeah.
Capital J, capital A, capital L, capital I can't spell because I'm failing myself, but it's okay because haven't hit enter yet. But the point is, I know how to spell. I just don't know how to say while I'm spelling. I can't do both. I don't have the intelligence for this.
Capital JAYLEN.
Yeah, you can see it now. Maybe I don't know.
I can see it right
If
here.
you're on mobile, you're probably having a rough time. But the point is, we're done for now. There won't be a Tangent Talk on Friday because we plan to have special guests. Christopher Barbershop Quartet, too tall for his own good, doesn't fit on a bus, his car's cramped, has got a sword now, hand span across continents. Feel like I'm forgetting one, but I probably am not. We'll be on. And we're going to talk about why being an adult sucks aft. Right, Jalen?
It does.
Yep. They're going to talk about insurance and taxes and having to be responsible for your own financial status so that you can keep the lights on. Yeah, it's why adulting sucks. And people should probably, actually appreciate their parents for doing all that shit for them for, the first 18 years
well,
of
to get to
existence.
assume they do it.
I mean, yeah, but
I'm in charge of making sure the light and the water bill gets paid. What the fuck?
I mean, yeah, but I said most of that.
Speaking of parents, my mom just texted me like, "Hey, honey, how are you doing?" I'm like, I'm talking about how terrible life is and why I shouldn't be born.
No, we're talking about how hard it is, not why it shouldn't happen. Okay, the character of Tim probably shouldn't have happened, but it doesn't make it any less beautiful. This entire, podcast about Tim's chaos probably shouldn't have happened, but it doesn't make it any less amazing. That and also if you...
And I like how you like the entire group would take this long. Nah, fam, we all know who the real perpetrator is. We just don't like saying it. Heba and my ADHD does not need to combine because that takes forever. We tried to have a 15-minute conversation and it almost took us 3 hours to talk about it.
I mean, that and also a combination of my jokes and overcomplicating everything because Jalen constantly tells me that he cannot prepare for my D&D character, but I act like he can, so I plan it accordingly. And yeah, it takes a long time to set up. The whole bomb thing, yeah. I just assumed that they might try to, fight back. So, you know what? I'm gonna set up a bomb. In just case they do try to attack me at the last minute, I'm tying a smoke bomb to a chair so they can't see the exit. But they didn't. They just let me walk out with my pieces of cesium and all. So I was like, I guess I'll leave that smoke bomb to a chair. The kitchen, the, laundry staff comes in after they leave and they're like, what the hell is this shit?
Okay, first of all, if anyone asks you, did you miss them? They are putting their emotional state in your hands. Do not give them the satisfaction. Let them just think that they have a hole being missed. Look, I miss you, but if you ever ask me again, do I miss you? I will tell you no.
Also, we got off on a tangent. Now we've been going for another 5 minutes. Damn it. So yes, tune in this Sunday. Hopefully we'll have our guest. And maybe he will have...
Sunday.
And maybe he will have actually done the thing about Discord that is necessary for you to become part of this podcast. I'm really hoping he did, because if he didn't, he's going to make us look like fools, talking him up all this much, and then him just not showing up. It would be highly unfortunate. So yes, tune in Sunday. Also, eventually, part 2 of My Hero Academia will eventually be out eventually. Probably maybe tomorrow, who knows. Nothing's certain except in this world except for death and taxes. Bye. Au revoir. Arrivederci.
Au
Hear
revoir.
Zion,
that shit.
hasta luego. More languages, people.
Zaijian, mother truckers.
I already did that one. Y'all yeeted on. Sayonara.
Peace out, Girl Scout.
Turns out that's Japanese. I was bamboozled. I was like, huh.
Don't you
Wait,
always
what?
forget like Sayonara's Japanese because it's so mainstream that you forget that where it's from?
It's sayonara is Japanese. And I was like, out of all the words in Japanese that you could know, why would it be goodbye? Like, not. Like, why is hello and goodbye, like, that important to you people in languages? I would learn how to say, like, bathroom if I could learn one language, one word in every language. Because then, no matter what, as long as they can speak a language, you could be like, you know, I think I'm in Asia right now. I guess I'll just gun off.
Why don't
Where's
we?
gun off bathroom with a questioning tone in Chinese, Cantonese, Japanese, so on and so forth until eventually someone goes, points this direction. And that just bamboozled another 20 minutes out of this. If we keep going, it'll hit 4 hours. And I think that might be a podcast record. I'm pretty sure our record actually is 3 minutes and... Last time I believe the record was 3:30, now it's 3:50 minutes. Well, 3 hours, 50 minutes. And should we just sit here for 9 minutes, let it go to 4 hours, or we should leave that...
Yes.
I don't know, I feel like we should leave that unattainable height to another day with a more momentous occasion or something, like podcast 10.
I mean, I could try and have a discussion with y'all about the thing that I was trying to start the other day
Nope.
that nobody really looked at.
Well,
But we'd probably be sitting here for 30 minutes.
well, yeah, but you tried to start that and you say no one looked at that. But if you're talking about the horror movie discussion, I looked at it, I just have no knowledge and hate horror movies.
And I'm like, but I said stuff.
Yeah, that was you. That was one person.
That was 2 people.
I'm proud of myself to at least know that I did something. I'm like, I said stuff, and I brought up a actually good way. That's why they kill black people, because we would have thought of that.
I mean,
I know Michael would have thought of it too, but Michael, you're low key black. You get the pass. Like, don't even try and say like, but I'm not. Yes, you are. Miss me with that.
I'm just gonna say okay.
Yeah, just say okay, and we'll be okay. Got it? Good.
Yikes. You just got possessed there for a hot second.
End at 6 o'clock in 7 minutes, and be at 3 minutes and 59. We could end it at 3 minutes and 59. I was like, y'all thought we was doing an entire 4 hours. Now we leaving that for later. Also, I may or may not be slowly trying to phase out cussing so that whenever we do you think we're gonna have a like service fair again next year, Lynn? NLT?
You might.
Don't know, don't care.
My point is that if I was...
She might not even be there.
Well, yeah, but my point is, like, the game marathon that they explained very shittily is actually part of something called Extra Life, which is an association that uses gaming marathons in order to raise money for a children's hospital called Extra Life. That's why it's called Extra Life, is because, again, they're using gaming to raise money for charity, which now is another reason that people are pointing out that YouTube thinking that gamers are the worst kind of people on YouTube is proven wrong, since every year they get over millions of dollars founded via like Extra Life and other similar organizations. I could suggest that we stream the school's Extra Life stuff on my channel, but you know, we'd have to phase out the cussing and so on and forth. That, and also, we have a project, Jalen and I, that's coming up that should be very interesting, and yes, it will be very interesting. So, yes.
Wait, which project? The one with the thing?
Knocked?
Ah, the thing with the knock.
Yeah. We're not gonna let you know what it is yet, but we're ending on that. You can fight me, but that's what we're ending with. Bye. See you later. Next time. Don't leave us.
Peace out, everybody.
If you don't watch another video,
And hope that you have magnificent tangents.
You're gonna make me very sad. Don't make us sad. you could make Lynn not cry. Do you really want Lynn
No,
I
to
don't
Michael
not
cry.
Michael can make Lynn not cry with constant jokes.
Okay, like,
Really?
I'm saying
You can just try and make my heart not stop.
she would actually appreciate that. Okay, for every video, for every time that someone just clicks off of this and doesn't, like, go watch something else eventually, you're just gonna make Lynn's heart start up for another second. And if you do that too much, she'll die, and then her ghost will haunt you and constantly knock everything you have off your desk. And then wait for you to rearrange it perfectly on your desk just how you like it, and then knock it all off again. And be like, how do you like that, bitch? That's what it feels like to have someone purposely stop your heart. Ha, I get the last laugh because I'm a ghost now. Ooh, spooky fuck you.
No, I'd be that one poltergeist that would do small thing that would amount to a large thing at the very end, like steal the backs off of your earrings.
If I was a ghost, I would just go into people who I don't like's house and tilt all of their paintings. That or toast all their bread and then put it into the fridge.
You bastard!
Also, depending upon how bored I would get, also switch all the soup can labels. But then again, like, very few people have soup can. Or, if you have a Keurig machine, go to all your Keurig cups and pop a hole in them. So now that you have to use them immediately, otherwise the grounds will get hydrated and be worth nothing. And if I really want to piss you off, I'd reverse the polarity of something. Like, either magnets that keep your stuff to your stuff, or like your sewage system. That would be
I like how
efficient.
Jonas keeps saying that he's like, oh, I'll help out. I'm like, boy, you are like here nearly the least. I think the only person who's here less than you is Brennan.
I mean, if you're talking about this podcast, it's now technically Malunji.
It is technically Malunji. Because Malunji at least said she'd show up, and then she did.
Yeah, Miss Thomas is at second to least with one show.
Because she don't like us like that.
No, she just doesn't like us in general.
I know. McKenna hates us. It's okay. You don't even watch, so it's not like we can apologize to you because you don't feel anything for us.
I feel like there's just going to be a segment of this podcast that is throwing hands simply because we're saying that we're not going to watch it, that they're not going to watch it, which is why I almost want to make this podcast super popular so that everyone's watching and they actually get angry when we throw hands at them because they're actually watching for once. But it's up to you guys to make that happen. So yeah, peace out. We're all so close. 3 minutes, 57 seconds, but I'm not going to let it happen. Yeah,